Welcome to the GameChanger 00100 show. I'm your host, GameChanger. Yep, it's been a while. It's been a while, but I seen something interesting and I thought to myself, I really must cover this. This is something that deserves, that is worthy of my attention. And why is that? It's because women from the countries that brothers go to are understanding. They are understanding the plight. They understand what they are escaping. And not only is this not really a good thing for Black women, it's not a good thing for Black men. They know that we are going there with a scarcity mindset. But some of you brothers, I hate to say it, some of you brothers can't help but to wear your thirst on your skin. Y'all look like those people. Y'all look like those people that are like crawling out of the Sahara Desert into an oasis, and then y'all just, it's like, listen, just pretend. Just pretend like you just had a drink of water. You don't walk into a negotiation situation with a scarcity mindset. You don't catch a bus to the car dealership. You make it seem like you're already driving a better car than the one that you are going into. So we have that problem. We don't do that. That being said, we should do that. We should present an abundance mindset as much as possible. That being said, they're going to find out anyway. I repeat, they are going to find out anyway. They cannot have access to the internet and not know how the problems of the rank and file B-dub. Now, let me show y'all something right quick. Hit that like button. Madeira, Theo, Sun is Hot Raw. I see you. I see you. Hit that like button. Okay, so here. All right. Let me show y'all something. Hit the like button. Filipinos and Black men have been a thing for years. Oh, absolutely. And the reason why is because they make the most beautiful girl children in the world. The boy kids be on some Tiger Woods shit. It's like hit or miss. But the girl children's, they be on that supermodel shit. All right. This is what I wanted to show you all. Hit that like button, present, and this, and share audio, and here we go. All right. Fair use, fair use. Okay. That's what I wanted to show you all. Now, this is what's her name? Raven, I think her name is Raven, and that's Beast Boy. Now, Raven used to just float around on her own superpowers. But now all of a sudden, it's been discovered that she has legs. And look at Beast Boy's reaction. He is saying, you have legs. I have discovered something new in the universe that I like. Beast Boy never really showed that he was interested in Raven before. But he's like, you have legs. Now, continue. Once again, fair use. See, before they were limited in what they received. They didn't know how to appreciate certain things, but now they do. And good for them. They should be able to appreciate more. Now, why did I bring that up? Well, let me show y'all something. This is the Filipina Pea. She has legs. Look at her legs. Take a nice look at her legs. Legs are almost exclusively muscle and bone and shit like that, but almost exclusively muscle. Why do I bring that up? Because it is a thing that men like that women have control over. Women may not be able to control their butt size without a BBL or something like that. They may not even be able to control their face or their titties, barring surgery, but they can control their legs. There really isn't a reason that a woman should not have sexy legs. Hit the like button. She has made herself as beautiful as her genetics can possibly make her. Now, let me show y'all something else. And she's Filipino. Now, I've said this before. Those of you who watch me for a long time know this. Hold on. Let me make sure I got the right thing before I present it to the world. Here, I'll just do it. I'll just do an image search. All right. So here, do this. Now, this is Jenny Babas. If you know, this is as sexy can get. This is the top. This is the pinnacle of ageicity. This is the best an Asian can get. This right here is Jenny Babas. However, it's not a matter of being the most beautiful. I don't hold a woman accountable for not being the most beautiful of any cohort of women. All I ask is that she works her best to maximize her beauty. And that is what Filipina Pea has done. Okay. Now, on with the show. Hit the like button. Let's organize here because this was a last minute video. Oh, by the way, I think that Kevin Samuels' first like in-person collab was with Jenny Babas. I think that once Kevin Samuels, that man got on and he went to get into, perhaps, not going to spread any rumors, but he got on and he just was like, hey, Jenny Babas. So what's up? Subscribers now. What the hell? People, why y'all naming random Asian chicks now? Listen, I said what I said. I said what I said. Oh, by the way, the Matrix. So the people in the red are active members. The people in the purple, if your name is in the purple, you are an inactive member of the booted. And if you're in the purple, if your name is in the purple, that means that you got booted and you have not yet to unboot yourself. So please rejoin. I would greatly appreciate it. The channel would appreciate you, and you will be red again. You will be in the red pill matrix again. Donations, both cash apps and super chats, also get you into the box for the duration of the show. Greatly appreciate that for that. Now, on with Filipina P. All right. So she made an observation and she even called it by name. I will give you, it says, men that choose to leave, passport bros. And then in the thumbnail, it says, escaping the plantation, meaning that she looks at black men, at modern black men, as being in the plantation. Now, actually, something interesting happened. Let's see what this person has to say for 34 seconds. I'm curious. All right. Fair use.
So there's never been a better time to check out ChristianFilipina.com, where thousands of Filipino women are connecting with American men.
Okay, so that was a random advertisement. That was a random advertisement for a Filipina chick. So they are out there and they are seeking, they're seeking American penis. Notice they didn't say white or anything like that. They are seeking American penis. They are seeking love connect American men. And notice how they're selling the men on it. Notice how there isn't a advertisement in the opposite direction. What do I mean by that? Hold on, let me stop sharing this for a second because I gotta clear some things because it's getting choppy. So let me just get rid of all the other stuff. Oh, there isn't much other. Hold on. All right. But notice how there isn't a venue that is telling Filipino women to join the site to look for American men. You want to know why? Because they have more women on that site looking for men than they have men looking for women. How do I know? Because I was on that site. Right before I go most places, I go to the web, maybe not Christian Filipina, but whatever. I go to the web and I look for companionship so I can have a guide slash companion on my trip or a series of companions. That's what I do. And my inbox fill up quickly, meaning that there is a lot more women looking for my penis than there are penises out there that are like mine. That is the way that that works. That is why they are advertising for the men to come through. Now, this is what the Filipina P has to say about all this. Once again, fair use. I actually asked her to be on my show. I think I asked her like a couple of years ago and she said yes, but now she just blew up and she probably don't want to see me anymore. But nevertheless, it doesn't hurt to ask. Anyway, she said yes, and I didn't cover it because I couldn't think of a topic because she didn't really talk about the black aspect of it. But now that she is, I want it again. And let's not forget legs. All right. Fair use. Fair use.
with name calling and outrageous accusations. The on a movie called
Okay. Oh goddamn. That is an awful place. Here, let me just go back a little bit. Because back to the legs. Back to the legs. Yeah, I know I'm Borgin. I don't. Oh crap. Okay, fuck it. I'm a reboot. I'm be gone for a second. Y'all do what y'all do. Stay in the chat room. I'll be back. All right. Peace. Okay, I'm back. All right, this should be better. Here, I'll start from the beginning. Hopefully it's better. Y'all tell me if it's working better.
It seems there's a lot of animosity against these guys with name calling and outrageous accusations. Here, and to the question in foreign lands. Well, apparently on between a segment of Western women, there's a lot of animosity against these guys with name calling and outrageous accusations. The conflict centers around a movement called the Passport Bros, who are typically Black guys who have gotten fed up with the situation in the West and decided to look elsewhere for a happy life. Now, even though the Passport Bros are mostly African Americans, I think you'll recognize the same tactics being used to shame any guy who dares to dream of finding a better mate overseas. So, what
Okay. So, right off the bat, she understands that Passport Bros exist. Shout out to the Passport Bros. Y'all are making your presence known throughout the world. The world, black guys are a very small percent. Black American men are a very small percent of the global population. Meaning that I think that there are more Filipino women than there are Black American men. Maybe, I'm not 100% sure. But the point is that they are aware. They are keenly aware that passport bros are looking for legs. They are looking for legs, and she knows it.
What are these women saying then?
Passport bros go to third world countries and purchase little girls and turn her into a breeding mare. They're little girls, you're sick.
Hey, who you calling a little girl?
By the way, Filipina Pea is funny as hell. She had the bottle and like, who are you calling the little girl? See, this was part of the whole pedo shaming, but also this is her way of saying that if you're not big, you are little. If you don't look, hold on. If you don't look like this, you are little. Relative to her, Filipina P is little. That is also what she's meaning by little girls. And look at how fat that bitch is.
Hey, who you calling a little girl? So where is all this anger against the passport bros coming from? It sounds like the guys just want to find greener pastures, and their women don't seem to like him very much anyway.
No, the guys are trying to find yellower pastures. Yeah. Huh.
So what's the problem? Let's listen to how one woman describes the passport bro phenomenon.
Black women, are you ready? Apparently, there's a group of, you guessed it, Black men who have grown weary of the quote control that Black women have over them. So they've decided to seek dominance elsewhere. And that's in the form of traveling to third world countries to seek a bride. What's at play here is that these dusty, mediocre at best so called men have finally come to the realization that Black women are no longer willing to settle for the bare minimum and are choosing to stay single and maintain their peace. If divesting to desperate and disenfranchised women is so great, why do you all have to make an announcement, a grand announcement? Oh, I know why. Because you actually think that this will hurt Black women. So, sayonara, arrivederci, adios.
Okay, so the undesirable, dusty, mediocre, at best, so-called men want to get away from you? I wonder why they want to do that. You sound really sweet and not bitter at all. As for why the passport bros want to announce their intentions, maybe just let it know that leaving make it all about you. Be my guest. So how does this next lady describe the movement?
Damn, she just killed her argument something fierce. She just killed her argument something fierce. Ladies, so she basically already has better legs than you. She has you beat. She has you beat from the moment you bought her hair. The moment you bought her hair and sewed it into your head, she had you beat. But now she is wittier than you. Like by a long shot. That is brutal. That is brutal. She just seen right through your ploys and gimmicks. She said that Black men are upset at the dominance that Black women have over them. So who leads with that? Who leads with, hey, we dominate Black men, and they're upset about that. And they want other women who don't dominate them, that they could dominate, And they're doing that because of us, because they're doing it to spite us. Yeah. Listen, and I wonder if women do this. Men don't think about the women they don't want to fuck when they're fucking a woman. We don't, because that's childish. Like that's like giving it to Rihanna. Like, is ASAP Rocky saying, oh yeah, Gabrielle Sidibe is really suffering now. Gabrielle Sidibe is really suffering because I am giving it to Rihanna. Like, nobody is thinking that way. It has nothing to do with you. And she's seen that, and she called you on it because she's smarter than you. And I'm not talking about Asian smart. I'm not talking about like the Dr. Harvard type, calculus and differential equation smart. I'm talking about just general social intelligence. Yeah, she said that they dominate black men, and black men who are seeking to not be dominated are weak. So if you stay and be dominated, I guess you're strong. Being dominated by women makes you strong. You're stupid if you feel that. And fortunately, she's not.
I am not mad about black men getting their passports and paying to play overseas. I just truly want to help these men to see logic and reason. A man that's looking to marry a foreign woman went to an event wearing a top hat. Brother, are you serious? You look ridiculous. And you're clearly undesirable, but I'm sure that you've blamed black women for your lack of what it takes to attract them. But you want to go overseas where women are unaware culturally of your nature and pay them to pretend while you give them nothing but money and a wet behind. They aren't marrying these women. The men in this movement are largely undesirables or men that want to use a woman freely without her getting pushback. No, I'm not mad that certain men decided to go out of the country looking for their next victim. I'm completely okay with that.
I'm getting. But then you call me like an attack. So maybe you do care, just a little. And you say men don't come here for real relationships, but that's just not true. My cousin married a passport bro, and they've been happy for years. So why are these women misrepresenting the guys who want to leave? Well, after watching a few more of their videos, I started to notice some common tactics.
The passport bros are dehumanizing women.
Wow. Her cousin married a passport bro. I repeat, her cousin married a passport bro. So in her own family, she disproved that. Apparently, her cousin married a black man who got a passport and left. So she understands this all too well. She is killing these chicks. And then the first chick had, or that's this one chick, she had the audacity to talk about, these men are clearly undesirable. Look at his hat. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? So you are so stuck up that you are trying to say that a man, because he has a hat on, is undesirable. Listen, and what does it say about you? Let me show you something. Let me show you something about this brother. This is a black man with a hat. I don't know why she picked to show this particular dude I don't know why she exposed this dude. She's like, oh yeah, but he has a hat on. He has a hat on. Therefore, he must be undesirable because he has a hat on. He actually walks around with a hat. How undesirable is that? You want to know what he means? You want to know what this says about your pussy? He is basically saying that I would rather fly to the Philippines and find somebody with legs than to take my hat off for you. If I would rather go to the Philippines with a hat on and fuck Filipino women than to take my hat off and fuck you. That is essentially what he is saying. He's saying that you are not worth the effort of taking my hat off. That is a damn shame. He values his hat more than he values your pussy.
And you're clearly undesirable, but I'm sure that you've blamed black women for your lack of what it takes to attract them. But you want to go over
Your lack of what it takes to attract them. Okay. I don't think that these guys are really worried about attracting you at this point. I don't think they really care. Hit the like button. See, this is that shame tactic. This is that shame tactic. Like, oh, you're not able to attract us. So what? So what if I'm not able to attract you with my magnificent top hat on? Bitch, I'm the Monopoly man. I own Boardwalk and Park Place in Pennsylvania Avenue. I own 2 railroads and a utility company. Fuck what you, and you talking about my hat. Fuck you. Go directly to jail. Do not pass go, you nasty bitch. All right. Let's continue.
Passport bros are dehumanizing women to the point of basically being used for their uterus and domestic capacity. The passport bros want to put them.
You damn right. You damn right we use women for their uterus and domestic capacity. But some uteri and domestic capacity is more valuable than yours. That's like saying my job is using me for my analytical abilities. Or if you're a police officer, oh, they're just using me to protect and serve. People get used for their use. That is what makes them useful. Like somebody saying to Mike Tyson, that's like Mike Tyson saying, they're just using me for my ability to knock niggas out. Yes! Steph Curry, they're just using me for my ability to make free throws. Yes! What the hell?
Them to work in the bedroom and the home.
Ah, yes, the claim that the guys are coming over here so they can turn women into slaves and force them in the bedroom while they impregnate us. Idiots with no will of our own. You may not know this, the Philippines have quite a bit of say-so in the household. Married to us. You fight better than I do. You've got that completely backwards. 99% of the time, it's the Filipina begging the foreigner to have a baby. You get this.
Her words are true. Her words are true. I have experienced it firsthand in the Philippines. Hold on. My computer's acting up today, so bear with me. Okay, so for those of you who didn't hear, she was saying that 99% of the time, it is the Filipina that's begging the foreigners for babies. I have experienced this firsthand. And it is very awkward to where after the second night, they do beg for babies. And when I say beg, I'm not talking like a regular, hey, you mind taking the condom off? No, they do say stuff like, please, please, I'm clean, I'm clean. They do use the word, I'm not saying they get on their knees and just plead with you and teary eyes and shit, but they do use the word please. They do say, please, can I have the raw penis? That is a thing that they do. I don't know why, because of, child support don't really flex that way. And welfare isn't what it is there. I do not know why. Perhaps it's to tighten the bond that you have between them. And somebody said that they want little black babies in Davos City. That could be it. That could be a large part of it. I can imagine that they want kids that are a little bit taller, that are exotic. I can imagine that. They want boys that are a little bit taller and they want girls that are exotic. I could see that. I could see that being a thing. So, I mean, listen, I don't understand the culture, but I do know that what she say is true. I have experienced that firsthand.
And a lot of us, 46, each day, like doormats.
What else?
Passport button.
Okay. I don't know if I'm definitely not more caring to a Filipina chick than I am a regular American chick. However, I do get the impression from my experience there that the men may be significantly harder on them than we are. Because I was with this chick, and for whatever reason, she would do this thing, like you do with babies, where she's like, got your nose, got your nose. She would do that to me, a grown ass man, all the time. And at first I thought it was cute. And I was like, okay, but she did it to a point to where I was like, God, this is annoying. And then I snapped. Now, of course, I am not a violent man or anything like that, but I just snapped in the sense that for 5 seconds, I yelled out of frustration and anger because I'm a grown ass man and keep saying, got your nose. And the way she reacted kind of leads me to the conclusion that she's been with guys who snap regularly, and she will do anything to not make it go further than that. So I don't know. What I'm saying is, I don't know if Filipino men are complete assholes. No, she didn't cry, but she did have like she did have a look about her that made me immediately feel bad for snapping the way I did, but I was really annoyed. Yeah, I gotta understand, I was really annoyed. I was really annoyed. Somebody said she thought I was a kid. Well, I think that she's just like not used to certain features. She's never been with a foreigner before, and she's I mean, I think that she probably thought I was cute like a kid. And she just didn't know how to express it that way. You know, like, oh, you so cute. Let me pinch your cheeks. It's like, wait a minute. I get it, but you're misunderstanding the different types of cute, you know. So I think it was more like that. Like, you know, but who knows? Maybe, or maybe she thought I was a baby or some shit like that. Who knows? I do know that I snapped and I regretted it. And the way she recoiled was made it clear that she comes from a culture that she really don't want to piss men off. She really felt bad that she pissed me off with that whole gotcha nose thing. So there is a there. Actually, let me see. What did P say that made me bring that up? Hold on. Oh yeah. So I I don't know what it is relative to them, but yeah, we do have a reputation for being kind because maybe Filipino dudes snap all the time on their chicks. Who knows? Hit the like button, please, please, people. Hit that like button.
Nothing but God.
Passport, I think that you're pedophile who's traveling across.
Nothing but pedophiles? Nothing but? Which means that all the guys for partners outside their country are pedophiles? That's one of the stupidest things I've ever heard. But you made the claim, so you have the burden of backing it up. So please, give us the evidence. Show your data. I've been living here 30 years, and the women that foreigners choose are adults like me. It's completely illegal. Pros are coming here for a real relationship. Child.
Okay. What she says is true. Um, I don't, of course, I'm not gonna lie. I really don't like most people. I really don't like people who don't have age restrictions on what they sleep with. People who have that affection to where they're attracted to prepubescent and underage peoples. I really don't like them, and I probably wouldn't be entirely responsible on my behavior around them. So it is in their best interest to keep that particular affliction from me. I will say that in my travels, particularly to the Philippines, the men that I have met were interested in adult women. They definitely were. And the women that I've spoken to were once children. And yeah, it don't seem like they had that problem when they were. So yeah, people are saying buffer. All right, so hold on. Here, I'm gonna just reboot. I'll be back, y'all. All right, I'm back. I'm back. Let me know if y'all hear me. Let me know. Press one if you hear me or not. All right, that, that's like Keith was saying. That's probably a router issue. Actually, I have another router that I'm going to install, but shout out yourself. Let me read the super chat. All right. All right, I'm back. All right, black women, I have to say this. If you got little Filipino women calling your pussy a plantation, it really says something about you. Just saying. All right, let's hope this do better.
To understand, a lot of us like doormats. I don't know.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sure you're very happy with your choices.
All right, I'm definitely going to take the stream down. Let me I'll play it on my phone so y'all can hear it that way, because that seems to be the only way that this is going to work right now. So yeah, just one of those days, I guess. Here. All right, give me a second, y'all.
Foreigner to have a baby. Where are you getting this stuff from? Next.
But you have to understand, a lot of us, 46, be 47 soon, each day that goes by makes me more grateful that I'm divorced. I thank God every day that I'm divorced. If you want to get your passport and go overseas, you're welcome to it. Bye. I mean, maybe there you'll find women who are okay with being treated like doormats. I don't know.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sure you're very happy with your choices and the way you've carefully crafted your life to end up alone. But you think foreign guys treat us like doormats? Lady, You have no clue. Foreigners have the general reputation of being more caring and attentive than anything we've ever known. Who told you otherwise? Or maybe you're just making assumptions again. What else you got?
Passport bros are nothing but a bunch of pedophiles who's traveling across the world to get young girls. It's pedophilia tourism.
Nothing but pedophiles? Nothing but? Which means that all the guys who look for partners outside their country are pedophiles? That's one of the stupidest things I've ever heard. But you made the claim, so you have the burden of backing it up. So please, give us the evidence. Show your data. I've been living here 30 years, and the women that foreigners choose are adults like me. And in case you didn't know, buying little girls is completely illegal. The fact is, the vast majority of passport bros are coming here for a real relationship with a woman, not to molest a child. What's wrong with you? And why would you accuse your own man like that? It's 20.
Okay. Now, on your screen is a picture of the guy that is saying the whole pedo comment. He's the one that is saying that brothers are a bunch of pedos. Now, fellas, he is, and I'm not judging his looks, even though that's part of it. I'm not going to say he's an ugly dude. I am going to say that he is not a jawline nigga. What is a jawline nigga? A jawline nigga would be somebody who is abnormally handsome, who is just overtly handsome, cream of panties, type of dude just on sight. I guess like the Idris Elba, Michael B. Jordan, the who's that dude? Tyson Bedford type dudes. He is not that. What he is a physical representation of what women are not fucking. We talk about the 80-20 rule. He is definitely on the 80 side for a number of reasons. Primarily, remember how she talked about the one dude because he had a hat on? So, here, what's the guy with the hat? So she was like,
Stop.
ah, crap.
Yes, you look ridiculous.
So she was basically saying that this guy is undesirable because he has a hat on. Because he is wearing this hat, he is undesirable. So what does that say about this guy? Hold on. This guy right here, who not only has a hat, a much cheaper hat, he has a beanie on. Now, this isn't an actual beanie. This seemed to be a ski mask that is rolled up into a form of a beanie. He has a zip-up coat on, and he has a tie that is improperly tied. That is not a double Windsor, but with a shirt whose collar is not ironed. This shirt is not meant for a tie. He has the kind of like plaid shirt with the striped tie. This is an indicator of a person who is not necessarily dressed for success. This is a person who has a job that requires that people wear a tie. He is wearing a tie because he has to, not because he's Kevin Samuel Smooth. Let's be clear. Whoever made him wear this name tag, this lanyard that is at the end of this red stream, also said you got to wear a tie every day. Trust me, I know. I used to work at call centers, used to make you do that. I used to have a job back when I was dressed like this nigga. Forced to wear a tie, but not a suit coat. Because he don't have a suit coat. This is a regular zip-up coat. And my job was to sell cable. I repeat, my job was to sell cable. Back in the day where people used to telemarket, we used to cold call people, old people, and try to sell them HBO. And in addition to the $9 an hour, if we were to sell one person, like a cable package, we would get 50 cents, making our total $9.50 an hour. And I used to dress like that doing it. And I used to have that thing that's around his neck right now so I could badge myself into the office. And one day they just woke up and say, you know something? Even though you're on the phone with people, I just want everybody to wear ties because I pay you $9 and you do what the fuck I say. That is this dude to a T. That and I'm giving a woman's assessment of him. This is a woman's assessment of him. When they look at him, that is what they see in him, in his soul. He is not a panty dropping nigga by a long shot. And he thinks that by saying this, they are going to drop their panties. You're stupid. You're stupid. And you got a beanie on. You're stupid. They made you wear a tie. You didn't wear a tie because you're a professional nigga. What type of professional nigga wear an upturned ski mask to work? No, you're wearing a tie because they made your ass. You're stupid. They see you coming. They see you coming and they won't look at you coming. Why? Because they don't want you to come, nigga. You're stupid. While you're calling other people pedos, look at you. You jackass. All right. I'm going to keep you on the screen for a bit. Fair use.
With you. And why would you accuse your own man like that? It's 2022. You're talking about a freaking passport. I've had one of these since I was 2. Y'all were acting like they just came up with these in 2022. I'm gonna go over, get me a woman, be able to abuse her. Ain't nobody gonna do. Do y'all understand how people feel about Americans? That just goes to show you ain't been nowhere. So y'all think y'all gonna run your broke asses over to other countries? And they gonna be some black kings from America. Most people don't like Americans. They think that we are overrated. They think that think that we're better than everybody else. They don't like us. They don't like us. They sure not gonna like you if they know that you're getting your passport so you can come over there and abuse their women. That as a black man, if you want to roll up in some of these other countries and try to abuse their sisters and their daughters and their nieces and their mothers and taking them out, toe tagging 4.5 of them a day, you know what's going to happen. You're going to get hacked up with a machete.
Okay, that's commercial, but this bitch said toe tagging. They think that brothers are actually out in the Philippines toe tagging bitches. 4 or 5 a day. Are you kidding me? Now, notice how she said us. They don't like us, which means that first of all, look at her goddamn passport. Look at her passport. Look at the resolution of the screen. See, this is how old the bitch is. This is how old the bitch is. How old is she? She is so old that modern cameras even present her in black and white. I repeat, modern cameras present them in black and white. You see, y'all don't understand why old photos are in black and white. Why, when you see a picture of your grandma when she was 10 years old, it's in black and white. It's not because the technology was limited. Nope. It's because old people take old photos. That's just what it is. If you were born at a certain time, every single photo you take for the rest of your life is going to be in black and white. That is how old this bitch is. She is so old that modern digital fucking iPhone cameras and shit, 4K resolution turns into black and white when it's just her in the frame. That is how old this bitch is. Look at her passport. Look at her fucking passport. Her social security number is 4. Look at this shit. What is that? I have a passport. It don't look like that. It do not look like that. What the fuck is that? Your passport is made out of buffalo hide, bitch? What the fuck is that? I have never in my, if I worked for like TSA or customs, or I would be like, what the fuck is that? What the entire fuck is that? This is how old this bitch is. Her passport is on parchment and shit. What the fuck is this? Holy crap. I got my What the fuck is that? Holy crap. Somebody said dollar store passport. Man, I cannot make this shit up. Abraham Lincoln stamped her passport. Oh shit. That's the passport that gets you on the Amistad. Oh shit, that's the slavery passport. That's how our ass got here. Holy crap. I cannot make this up. All right, hold on. Let me wait past the commercial.
With a machete. Exactly, lady. If you come over here and start abusing women, you will get hacked up by a machete. I assure you. If you come over here and abuse me, my dog's got a nice big blade with your name on it. And how many passport bros have gotten hacked up? 0. So I guess that proves they're not here to abuse us. Funny how that little thing called logic works, isn't it? My question is, how do you not...
Wow, she is just killing these chicks. She is just, she woke up this morning and was like, legs and logic. That's what I got for these bitches. Legs and logic. Like, I got something for you. Legs and logic. She is just, hit the like button. She is just killing these detractors. Dang. And she's in the Philippines. She see y'all. She just out logic y'all, and out woman y'all, and out leg y'all, and out passported y'all. Like, what the fuck? And she out youth y'all. Like, stop getting best. And she out haired you. Look at her hair. Look at her hair. Her hair is laying all black and lovely on top of her thighs and her legs. Look at that upper thigh meat right there. Right there. Look at that. She just out upper thigh meated you. And look at you. Look at you. Exactly. And now I'm going to talk about nose rings. And I'm talking about that bridge nose ring that these bitches be wearing. It is not hot. That is something that cows put on their things. And I don't know why cows do it. Or bulls. One of them. Why are you putting your stuff like a bull? What the fuck? Who told you that shit was cute? That's not cute. It has never been cute. I don't care how many cute women do it. It will never be sexy. It is bull. It is animals. It's how you tag animals. You're stupid. And you got dark rim glasses. Now, shout out to Chantel Simone. Chantel Simone really knows how to make dark rim glasses work. It looks good when Chantel Simone does it. But you. Look at you. Look at you. Even when you do right stuff, it's wrong. Don't make no damn sense. All right, let's see what she has to say.
Question is, how do you not feel slimy and disgusting as a person, knowing full well that you are going to another country, seeking out women that you perceive as easier to manipulate, easier to control, and easier to take advantage of? And even if you do find some poor woman that needs a green card, wants to move to the U.S., or, needs money, that's still not love. So on that note, safe travels, and I hope that you and all the other passport bros get exactly what you're looking for.
Of course, the famous "she just wants a green card" argument. I get so tired of this one because, contrary to what you all seem to think, most Filipinos are happy to stay right here in the Philippines. If our partner says he wants to live here, that's fine with us. We're really not all that demanding. We just want a roof over our heads and a meal on the table. So, what other insults you got?
You want to know what your problem is? Your entire life you were told that skinny is...
All right. I'm going to go to the next one next. But no, she does have a point. Most Filipino women want to stay here and embrace, want to stay in the Philippines. And really, most foreigners I know, they want to stay in the country that they're from. They would like a man that provides the basic necessities for them and take them out every now and again. I told y'all the Wendy's story about when I was in the Philippines. So yeah, I already told y'all the Wendy's story. They appreciate stuff a lot more, regular stuff. That being said, what does she want? Like, no matter what you are doing, what the woman on the screen is doing, is she's offering less and demanding more. And you should be happier to receive less and demand more. And what do I mean by less? Well, let's start here. Do I feel slimy? Yes. And you want to know why I feel slimy? Because their vagina is wet. That is why I feel slimy. I feel slimy between those thighs and all the gushy goodness that come out of it. It's slime. It feels good. It feels good on my balls. It feels good. It feels slimy. You fat bitch. Ah, damn it. My head hurt. You are not going... What do I look like? Do I look like I'm from Mississippi? I know y'all can't see me. Do I sound like I'm from Mississippi? What the fuck? What the fuck? You think I'm so stupid that I'm gonna fuck a fat, nasty bitch? And pay more to do it? I know somebody from Greenbow, Alabama, who's 4 little points away from going to normal school, and I could tell you that he's not fucking a fat bitch. You think I'm stupid. And that's another thing, you fucking Mississippi people. A S is not crooked. Z is crooked. A S is smooth, it's curved. You fucking Mississippi people. M-I crooked letter. It's not crooked. It's not crooked. Next to the letter O, it is one of the least crooked letters out there. And y'all been saying that for years. I've seen it on Good Times. Y'all been saying crooked letter for years, and I was a kid and I thought you was stupid then. Stop saying crooked letter. M-I, crooked letter, I, humpback. And why in a P does not have a humpback? Because it's face forward. And it's at the top. It's not even a humpback. Stop fucking Mississippi people. God damn it. Dirt-eating bastards. All right. Here we go. Oh, by the way, no hate to all you brothers from Mississippi. But I hate you. All right.
The problem is, your entire life you were told that skinny is good and fat is the worst possible thing that you could be. You're not able to wrap your head around fat people being comfortable in the skin that they're in because you're uncomfortable in the skin that you're in. Fat women wearing outfits that you won't even wear because you're ashamed of your stretch marks. They wouldn't even give you a second look. The truth is, fat was never a bad thing. And once we figure that out, you'll never be able to put us back in that box again. You can have it. I'm sure it'll be a much better fit for you.
Ah,
killing two birds with one stone. Shame the men for not wanting large women, and shame skinny women for being skinny. Brilliant. But I'm not sure you're gonna convince men they just been taught not to like fat women. And you're definitely not gonna convince me that I'm secretly jealous of you because I can't wear your clothes. But nice try. This is fun. What's next?
Damn, she is just outsmarting these chicks like something fierce. She is just outsmarting these chicks something fierce. It's brutal. It is fucking brutal. How these chicks damn, this is like watching a kid hit a chicken with a stick. It's just like one of those just like complete one-sided beatings. That's just brutal. She is trying to say, oh yeah, you're not going to put us in a box, and y'all just jealous because y'all can't wear the stuff that we wear because y'all ashamed of y'all stretch marks. What stretch marks are you talking about? Why do you assume that every woman has stretch marks? That's how fat you are. You just assume that stretch marks is a natural part of the woman's anatomy. Where is the stretch mark? Where is the tiger style stretch mark on this chick? Where's the stretch marks? Where are her stretch marks? Y'all just mad because y'all can't wear what we wear. Yes, they can. Because they can fit into it. Every size 2 woman can fit into a size 10 dress. Not every size 10 woman can fit into a size 2 dress. That is how that works. She can wear anything you can wear and less. You cannot do that. And you want to know why? Because you're fat. You are fat. And then she just debunks you. Like, oh, so you're trying to shame me for being skinny. That's not going to work. Your tactics don't work on non-Mississippi men and women. It do not. It do not. You know who shit like that work on? Obsidian style niggas. You know the men that say they're 80% of the population. What are we supposed to do? Hold on. I got that clip. Because this nigga. Fat women are 80% of the population. So what do you expect us to do? See, that type of logic work on simple ass niggas like that. It don't work on guys whose penis is worth a damn. Hold on. Here we go. Listen at this.
Why'd you get with her in the first place? I'm just like, dude, 80% of black women are overweight, man. What are we supposed to do?
Oh, shit.
They're not supposed to lose weight. You're not supposed to work with them. You're not supposed.
Give me a second.
What are you supposed to? Why don't you just say, you know what? I don't like black women. Period. I'm gonna go over here with. Why'd you get with her in the first place? I'm just like, dude, 80% of black women are overweight, man. What are we supposed to do? They're not supposed to lose weight. You're not supposed to work with them. You're not supposed. What are you supposed to? Why don't you just say, you know what? I don't like black women. Period. I'm gonna go over here with.
That's Obsidian. 80% of black women are overweight. What are you supposed to do? You're supposed to do her, you dumbass. You're supposed to do her. I'm the leader of the manosphere. I'm the founding father of the manosphere. You're stupid. What are we supposed to do? Her. Stop feeling feelies in Philly. You're stupid. Only a jackass would let somebody monopolize you. You have a choice. You have the opportunity to leave, and you stay. What are we supposed to do? That is the logic that chicks that look like this use on men. They're like, oh, I could be fat. We're 80%. As long as I can convince 80% of the female population to be fat, these niggas will just be stuck and do whatever we want them to do. Because they don't have the sense that a young Filipino chick has. Hit the like button. Hold on, skip ad, and here we go. All right.
This is fun. What's next? Someone who comes from one of these third world countries that men go to pick up women, we know they're losers. We know that they go over there because they cannot get anyone in here. And if this man go over there thinking that these women want to build a family with them, that these passport bros want these women for sex, these women want them for money. And again, they deserve to be scammed. We know they're losers. We know that they cannot get any women in here. That's why they go over there. And the same thing with the women. But let's not worry.
Boring. Calling guys losers and saying they can get a woman in the West is a tired old insult that just doesn't work. Because what you don't seem to realize is that it's not that they can get a Western woman, it's that they don't want one.
Sir, on behalf of all...
All right. This chick here seemed like she just got to the West Thursday. It seemed like last Thursday, this bitch just got to the West talking some they don't want Western women. They go to these third world countries. Bitch, you was just there last Wednesday. Your ass just got here. Listen to how you sound. Listen to what the fuck are you talking about? Bitch, you just got here. You just got here last week so you could watch the last episode of The Walking Dead here. Talking about, oh yeah, they're losers for going to the place I just came to get with the women that I just was. You're stupid. God, she is just fucking Harvard and you junior college bitches. She is just killing y'all. What's going on, Wacky? Yeah, I got caught on to the Filipina Pea.
Western woman is that they don't want one.
Sir, on behalf of all Black women everywhere, we absolutely do not give one solitary about you going to another country and finding a wife. Please go choose somebody else. And it never ends the way that y'all think it does. And I really feel sorry for those women. And so if they're willing to pump it up, because we know that little thing don't work no more, if they're willing to pump it up for y'all, have at it. Have a great day.
Well, there it is.
Hold on.
When you're out of ammo, just take the easy way out and go for the low-hanging fruit of a guy's junk. Call him a limp biscuit, a wet noodle, a ruffled foreskin. I'm sure they'll actually hurt his feelings so bad he won't want to leave anymore. Just like I'm sure he'll totally believe that you don't care if he does. I mean, you don't sound mad or anything. So,
all right. She is just killing these chicks. She's like twice their IQ and half their weight and age. But she is killing these chicks. Now, here's something about limp dick. And the women, hit the like button, and the women who experience a large amount of limp dicks. Ladies, if the majority of men that you fuck are not erect, that is because of you. That is a you thing. You don't have enough woman juice in you to arouse a penis. You don't. You think Kelly Stamps is complaining about how limp my penis is in her presence? Nope. Nope. They are not complaining. When was the last time y'all heard Danica Marie complain about? Well, that's her husband's business, but I'm just saying. Like, you ever notice how the attractive women don't complain about limp dicks? But look at you. How hard of an erection can you produce? Look at you. I'm pausing so we all can take it in. We all could take in how unerect we are not right now. I want y'all to think about the total lack of erection, the total lack of movement down there looking at her old fat ass with the blonde hair. That is not an indictment on my manhood. That is an indictment on your womanhood. That is an indictment on how womanly you are not. The value of a woman is measured in penis erection. I repeat, the value of a woman is measured in penis erection. You want to know how I know? Because that is how they auctioned female slaves. Just like when they auctioned male slaves, they looked at his teeth and they grabbed his arms and it was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a good buck. Got a good buck here. He can handle 5 barrels of cotton, all in one hand. We got a good buck here. You want to know how they measured the woman ones? You want to know how they measured the woman ones? By how much the bidder's dick rose. How much it rose. How much it's like, oh shit. I look at her and I get a fucking 78% erection. I will bid this amount based on that. And look at you. You're worthless. Worth far less than more attractive women. You're worthless. If you were on the block, the only thing that they would be selling is your ability to keep the younger, hotter, sexier women in line. That is it. Nobody wants to sell your vagina in Virginia. You are worthless.
Or anything. So that's the end of the insults, but in case you lost track, here's a recap. Men that look in other countries for love are undesirable losers. They're pedophiles whose only interest is purchasing children so they can abuse, dehumanize, and enslave them and turn them into breeding mares and domestic robots. These sick men give their poor and desperate women nothing but a wet behind. And all they care about is controlling and molesting their victims with defective junk that has to be inflated with a tire pump. But the women aren't angry or upset at all. No, of course not. They're happy to see you go. So at this point, does anyone still wonder why these guys want to escape? Well, at least one woman gets it.
If you actually look at a passport row, which I know many of them, they are not going over there to grape and conquer. They are going over there because they are giving up over here. The reality is that there are too many women that are saying that they don't need men. Men want to be needed. They want to feel valued, like they are protectors. They say that they're tired trying to find a woman in the United States, let alone a metropolitan area like LA or New York, where women say, I don't need a man, go away, who do you think I am? My purpose in this is to defend the passport bros because they're not raping and pillaging and doing anything crazy. They just want a traditional woman.
And that's basically it. The passport bros are coming here for the exact same reason that so many other guys do. They just want to find a partner that loves them, and they've discovered a way to make it happen. So let's call an end to this war. The women say they don't care if the men leave because they're the unwanted ones anyway. So stop attacking men on their way out the door. Just let them go in peace to find happiness wherever they can. Well, that's it for this episode, folks. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back in just 3 more days with something you asked for, and I'm going to make sure you get it. Till then.
Okay, so she does a bit at the end, and then I'll cover that. But let me put the link out there. But now I'm not gonna make fun because she actually support Passport Bros and she at least understands. I'm not gonna make fun of her. I am going to make fun of her plastic surgeon. This is the dude that graduated at the bottom of their class. Every class has somebody that graduated at the absolute bottom. That is the C minus surgeon. And unfortunately, that is what she got. And there's a lot of women who have that exact same look, like the where they sucked out too much face fat and there's absolutely no wrinkles or anything on them anywhere, and the lips are overly big. I don't really. It's bad that it's bad. It's bad that it went bad. I don't really see anything wrong with her. Her intentions were good. Her intentions were, listen, I am going to either please my mate as much as possible, because unfortunately, you can't beat the clock. So I'm going to just try to wind it back a little bit. So she attempted to do that. Or she's like, I'm going to attempt to attract a mate. And I understand that I have to compete with Filipino women with legs and shit. So she understood all of that and she took a risk. And she just got the shit in of surgeons. I had a lot of dumb doctors. I never had plastic surgery, but I had a lot of dumb doctors in my life. I had a lot of them. I had one when I was trying to get stress leave from work. Say, how come you don't get a different job? And I was maybe like 19, 20. And I said, because I'm not a doctor. What kind of question is that? Why don't you just get another job? Because I'm not a doctor, jackass. Because I haven't developed the qualifications to get another job right now. What kind of question is? So I had some dumbass doctors in my life. And I would not entrust that asshole with my face. That is something I will not do. But her intentions were good. All right, now let me play the last part. And this is where I got the thumbnail picture from.
And I'm going to make sure you get it. Till then. No matter what you do to me, Blaba, you'll never make me turn my back on my Western viewers. I'll always tell them the truth about the Philippines. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Oh. Okay guys, everything I've been telling you is a lie. Things are just perfect here in the Philippines. So Blaba, is that thing for real? Or you're just yanking my chain?
Okay. I wish my computer wasn't acting up, but y'all check out her channel. Filipina Pea is her name. And yeah, so remember that part where the big woman was saying that that you can't dress like we dress because you're afraid of stretch marks or some dumbass crap like that. But there you have it. There you have it. That is, oh, and by the way, and many of y'all already know this, but that shit turns me on. Seeing a woman with on a leash and shit turns me the fuck on. Even when I was a kid. Not necessarily Leia, but the Twi'lek that was dancing on the leash, that shit turned me on. Leia was a fucking bitch. She was a stuck-up princess feminist bitch. And she never did anything for me, even when she was in the gold bikini. Like, you know, because she spent the time as a slave Leia. She wasn't no damn slave. She was all uppity and shit. Thinking she too good to dance like a regular Twi'lek bitch. Fuck her. No, she's awful. She never did it for me, even as a kid, and she kissed her brother. Fuck her. Okay? Now, anyway, leashes and shit turned me on, and it turned me on that the Filipina Pea did that shit. And so the whole thing is anything you can do, and I'm talking about the fat bitch. I'm talking about the fat bitch. Anything you can do, she can do better. And that includes being on a leash and stuff like that. And that includes wearing glasses. And that includes brushing your teeth. Each and every single aspect of your being, she is better at doing. So where does that leave you? I tell you where that leaves you. That leaves you trying to fool simple ass niggas like Obsidian into saying shit like this.
Why'd you get with her in the first place? I'm saying, dude, 80% of black women are overweight, man. What are we supposed to do?
That is where that leaves you. That is like, you know something? I can't outdo her in any other way, so I'm going to just saturate the market with fat bitches and hope that somebody gets confused and say, what am I supposed to do? Have some goddamn dignity about your penis. That's what you do before you stick it in a bitch like this. Or go to a place where go to Jabba's palace where they got legs and do clever shit like wear a gold bikini. Oh no, that's not it. Hold on. And do clever shit like wear a gold bikini. That's what you do. Show damn mind. Melody, what's on your mind?
Hi, GC.
Hey, what's going on?
Not much. I just wanted to comment on her saying that um they're pretty much better than skinny women, like they can wear the same thing. Is that what she said? Because I came late. Like she
Yeah,
was pretty much
she said basically that skinny women are ashamed of wearing certain things because something about stretch marks.
right. First of all, when you're small, you don't have stretch marks. Number one.
This is true. They're
Okay.
far less likely. They're far less likely. Typically, the small women that I've seen with stretch marks had kids, meaning they were big at one point, and then like a deflated balloon, you have like it's just not the same. Completely.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
have to stretch in order to get stretch marks.
Yeah.
So that was wrong there. Number two, big women can't do anything better than smaller women. They can't run better than a smaller woman,
Your words are true.
right? They can't wear the same clothes that smaller women can wear.
Your words are true.
They can't even exercise like a small woman can. They're
Your
not
words are true.
flexible, right? They can't even have sex like a smaller woman could. So, I mean, what is she talking about?
They die quicker than skinnier women too. They die quicker than skinnier women as well.
Exactly. And they're unhealthy. So,
and they have lower fertility rates as well. So like you said, unhealthy. They don't live as long, and they have lower fertility rates than fit women. Because see what they do. Have you noticed that when you hear these anti-passport flunkies, they always go to the most extreme of extreme. They say skinny women. Most men aren't looking for a skinny woman or a fat woman. They're looking for a healthy figure 8 Coke bottle figure type of female. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And they all know this. What they do, they go to the very bottom. Oh, the skinny woman. most of the women that men are looking for aren't skinny. They actually have done like a lot of studies the last 10 years, right? And men have consistently said that they want a woman that has a body like a Beyonce and a Kim Kardashian type. Those type, and I'm talking about Kim Kardashian before the surgeries. So when you look at Beyonce when she was in her prime, let's say 23, and you look at Kim Kardashian before the surgeries, that's actually what all these men's magazines say men when surveyed want. That kind of woman. Those women are not skinny, and they're damn sure not obese and overweight.
Agreed. However, well, let's start here. How would you classify P's body?
I like it.
I would say that she's like a nice little slim, like she's one of those slim fit kind of women. Because like I was just, talking to one of the managers in my building, and she's Laotian. She's an older woman around 50, but she looks like she's probably like 35, right? And she has that I noticed that a lot of Asian women just are naturally big legged. Very good warm up Lululemon tights. They look really good in those because most of them have really naturally big legs, but yet they usually weigh under 120 pounds. So she's fit and she's petite yet fit and has typical big legs that a lot of Asian women have.
I agree. You won't get a Beyonce out of Asia, except for
I've seen them.
Well, I mean, but are they natural? Because like I don't think Jenny Babas is a Beyonce is natural. I think that she works out, but I think that I think her outers and her wobblies and her biteable is unnatural.
Well, can I say this? I know Filipinas is like more of the mixed Asian. Like they have mixtures. A lot of them have black in them. A lot of them have like Indian. A lot of them have like Hispanic in them. This is what I heard. And they have
Ever
those
since
thick.
Passport Bros, they got a lot of black in them. Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
If I may.
They are the
Right
mixed
quick. Let
Asians.
me finish.
And I notice a lot of them have like the thick thighs and the booties. Not really the breast, but you do see a lot of them with thick thighs and booties. Um, Especially in the New York area, I see it a lot, and it's natural. You can tell.
Okay, I agree. I will say this, Melody,
Yeah.
that Filipino Americans are hotter than Filipinas. I don't know why. It's almost like we only recruit the sexy ones. Like
it's the diet.
We just
man. It's
pass
the
out green cards to the hottest ones. I don't know why. Oh, that's probably what it is. It's the diet. The diet.
It's the American diet. Because
I think I think the hormones and shit.
Yeah, we have a lot of hormones in our food because you even see it when you look at like immigrants versus their parents in height over a generation or two. Because of the hormones and the protein in our food, that's why they get bigger. So yeah, you're right about the Filipino chicks because when I see them, I look at them from the standpoint of knowing their history as Black. We keep on forgetting, and this is why I was laughing when she was cooking everyone because she understands her history, right? They have what they call the Negritos, the 8 indigenous tribes of the Philippines. They were actually African people. They're dark skinned as anyone on this panel right here. That's part of their cultural now, not their history where these people are dead. These people, these black skinned Asiatic people from Africa live right there in the Philippines in the more mountainous regions. Those are their people. They know that history. So when American women get on these airwaves and they sound so ignorant, bigoted, and defaming the small group of men that they say they don't want, they're starting to look like complete buffoons and confirm everything that these passport bros have been saying about the women here because they show that they're ignorant as hell.
Yeah, I agree. The only reason why I was saying that they don't have the Beyonce shape is to say that I think that men who are going there are going there more for their culture and personality, their wife ability more so than they're just, because I think men go to Latin countries for the whole Beyonce, Brazilian butt lifts, type shit. I think that they go there for that. But I think the ones that go to the Philippines more so are more into like the Jenny Ma wifey type. I'll cook you. What do they call those? Lapitos or something?
What's that?
Umpanas. Something like that. I forget what it is. I don't eat it because it's pork. It's mostly pork.
lumpia.
But
Lumpia.
Damn, I got to lumpia. Thank you. They just want the culture more than big ass titties and a Brazilian butt. Like, so for them to say it's a lust thing, I don't think that that's entirely true in the Philippines. I think that it's more like a functional.
Why is it only an issue to be lustful when it's foreign women? See, we have these conversations, but everyone keeps on skipping over the fact that the women here in America are actually cock blocking on the foreign women. That's all that's happening right now. The men do it to virtue signal to the women that they're orbiting. But the reason that these women, these unselected women, are so outspoken about is that these are the same fat chicks, the same ugly chicks, the same broke chicks that are, when they're in the club with that rare beauty that you see in the club, they are surrounded and bodyguarding her. The only thing is they can't bodyguard and cock block these women in person, so they're trying their damnedest to put the salt in the game of these women. They don't want those women to use hypergamy. Everyone in these spaces is always talking about the universality of hypergamy. But the only time we don't want to talk about hypergamy is when it's women of other countries who don't have 90% of the tax handouts that the women here get. When those women actually meet a guy whose worth is 4 or 5 times greater in their economy, which is a hypergamy situation for her, it's not a problem. Just like if I went to an after party of an NFL game and all the NFL players go in there and I'm in my $70,000 salary against $70 million men, I'm going to have to get my fucking game high as possible to get with those women because the hypergamy is going to kick in. No one has a problem with that. But when that same guy says, you know what, I make about 70K here, but over there, it's like being a damn millionaire. I'm going to go over there. It's the same thing. These women want you to die alone and pussyless. They don't have a problem with the rappers and the celebrities that use hypergamy here. They only have a problem with the average, above average earning men when they decide, you know what, let me go somewhere else.
Well, and to tag to take that back and to tag with you there, taking it back just a little bit. I think what you guys were looking for the term that you guys were looking for, height, weight, proportionate. Filipina Pea is not skinny, right? Track athletes aren't skinny, right? But we've been gaslit over the last 30 years. Gaslit, right? Skinny is somebody who
I was thinking Friday.
What's that?
No, they when they say skinny, I think that they're talking about Felicia from Friday, like
or the younger daughter, or the younger daughter on Coming to America, right? Damn near anorexic style, right? That's skinny. Height, weight, proportionate, athletic is not skinny. It's not. But we've been gaslit that with all these other cutesy names for women being fat, and all these women being fat and overweight around us, overweights to obese around us, and all the little cutesy names for them, that athletic women and women who are height, weight, proportionate get then labeled skinny. It's not skinny. And again, what I can tell you is because I'm very familiar with Filipina Pea for about better than 2 years. In her body type, she's climbing up palm trees, coconut trees, like doing all kinds of active athletic things. I saw her bust down. I saw her bust down.
Oh wait, you actually seen her climb up a pineapple tree?
Yeah, man, I've been on her channel for over 2.5 years.
Or a palm tree?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did she wait? What's a pineapple? Is a pineapple tree like a palm tree?
No, pineapples are more on the ground.
Okay.
Coconut trees are.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was like, how do you climb that? That means she had to like hump it like all the way up. And I would watch that. I would watch her like.
Of course she would.
Because I'm like, hey, if she could do that, but because they don't have branches. For those of you who live in Mississippi, palm trees don't have branches except at the top. So like a woman would have to like hug onto it and just like grind it all the way up. That's what I was picturing.
Yeah, they cut notches into it for footholds, but you first have to get up there to cut the notches, right?
Right.
Yeah.
not
Or
just
they
on
can
the
use
pier.
a ladder, no?
I'm
Can't they
so
use a
sick of
ladder?
this promotion of fatness. This promotion of fatness is so out of control, as if everyone don't know that our mother's generation and her mother's generation were fit women, naturally slim. They didn't even lift weights like that.
Right.
They just had a maintenance diet that is probably half of what today's woman is. This is what really sickens me about this conversation and this promotion of fatness. They know their mom weighed half as much as them and their grandmother a quarter less than their mother. It's been something that's easily tracked. And if you look at a chart from like 1922 to 2022, it goes up from 110 to 130 to 150, then to like damn near 200 now.
Yeah. But
And
didn't
that's
they
what their
have
problem
Big Mama
is. They
back
can
then?
look.
Didn't they have Big
I
Mama?
blame
But that was
Ludacris.
a
I blame Ludacris.
woman.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, Big
exactly.
Mama was the
Exactly.
okay.
And Melody, that's like after having like 12 kids and shit. Like that's after like dropping a dozen kids that she turned into Big Mama.
Yeah.
Listen, I blame Ludacris because he started putting fat girls into videos. Yeah. But if you look at Baby Got Back, if you look,
is that the case?
Baby Got, they were not talking about the fat bitches that dance to the song now.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly. They even say LA face with the Oakland booty, and they're not talking. There wasn't a Lizzo on there.
No, not fucking near.
They were actually
Juvenile,
booty.
Juvenile. I like I like it. Like that wasn't them. That's not like he wasn't like no. That's not what he was fucking talking about.
Who slipped in the poison drink? Would you say?
I think when hip hop went south, that's when it happened.
Yeah, those women were
south, that's when they
disgusting.
started promoting fat as thick.
Mhm. But in Juveniles, back that thing up.
But
Those
were
women were
substitute-
disgusting.
They were the ones that I believe.
Hey, Sigma, I think that you can't hear Melody and Judgezilla.
Yeah, I think Juvenile just got them hoes out the welfare line.
Sigma, can you hear me?
I think there's a
Can you hear me?
lag on his
Can you hear
end,
me?
maybe.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, but I think there's a lag. You might want to go out and come back in.
I wanted to say something to Sigma's point where he was saying about the bigotry that's coming from a lot of particularly Black women. It's crazy to me. Like we're always playing this victim mentality of everyone else took advantage of us from slavery, this, that, and the third. We're a disenfranchised group, and yet they shit on people of other immigrant backgrounds like it's no like off the whim, almost like some old white dude kind of thing. Like you have people calling people dirty foot. You have people saying these poor women in these countries as though like it comes across as this kind of pious, I'm better than you, I'm casually gonna say that to you in your face. I'm better than you. I know you're desperate and whatnot. That's why you have to stoop to these kind of men. It's for a group of people that believe that they're always the victim or they're always being attacked. It's very telling.
Well, you know what they want you to come to. You want to know the point that they want you to be at. They want you to say this.
Why'd you get with her in the first place? I'm just like, dude, 80% of Black women are overweight, man. What are we supposed to do?
They want you to be like that.
Yeah, I can't agree with that. And that's why I have to say this. And I don't want older Black men that are to take this personal. But I really believe this comes back into like older Black men versus younger Black men in the sense of us saying like, no, we're not going to tolerate this no more. I feel as though a lot of older Black men are like, hey, this is just the way things are. And we're shaking up the traditions and the mores of a lot of things. And it's pissing off a lot of people. That's why remember, I don't know if you saw this guy, DJ Torch, old enough to be Austin's grandfather, was going on Chantel's. Yeah, he was going on.
That's who that was in the chat room. That's why he
Yeah.
was in my chat room just now talking shit. I was like, where I see that name before?
Yeah, that's him.
If you still listening, I'm covering your ass too. Don't think I forgot about you. Yes, I do not forget.
Wait,
You
what
are a loose
happened?
cannon.
What I missed?
Well, you could explain, Azriel.
Well, basically, this guy, DJ Torch, he was like coming. He's made a lot of videos, almost like Peso Man, just talking about how Austin is a bitch. He's this, that, and the third. He's too weak. He can't handle these women here. He has to go overseas to get sex and stuff like that. Just a lot of derogatory remarks in a lot of his videos. And then I think either a week or 2 weeks ago, he went on Chantel's stream and was arguing and talking up. And then at the end of it, he tried to plug in his channel. Like, it was a lot of weird stuff. I watched half of the video, but I can't, I've been just working and stuff like that, so I couldn't remember fully.
Do you know what that sounds like? Do you know what that sounds like?
What did you say?
Oh man, them motherfuckers with the llama farms and the alpaca farms, they some bitch-made motherfuckers, man. The real motherfuckers go to the rodeo and they tackle bulls and stallions.
Facts.
Yeah. Broncos. Like motherfucker, like some motherfuckers. Hey, look, if you want to tackle fucking broncos and bulls, go ahead. Your life fucking content. Be happy. I'm gonna be over here with the fucking alpacas and the llamas enjoying my life.
I have to say this though. I know you're not on good terms with Obsidian. I respect Obsidian with certain things, but that I can't function with. I can't get with that. I can't get jiggy with that. Let me say this. There was one time he had.
I mean, basically, he putting a white flag on his dick. That is putting a white flag on your dick when you say some shit like 80% are overweight. What are we supposed to do? What the fuck?
What if it was a different category?
I think
80% of these bitches don't wash their ass.
Facts. That will be the next thing. Like, what do you expect? Like,
be Simone said
wash
that shit.
That's gonna be the next thing.
But,
you're gonna show up and you're gonna have a chick over for the weekend and she's not gonna wash her ass, and niggas are gonna be like, oh, why you have a problem with that? She only got to do it once for the weekend. I'm sorry,
nobody wash once for the weekend. That's nasty.
It's funny that older dudes want younger men to lower their standing. Yet, think about it. If you flip it to a woman, you won't hear a woman saying 80% of these men are not hung. 80% of these men are broke. 80% of these men is fat. What am I supposed to do? No. What they're going to do, they're going to maintain their standard and they're going to qualify themselves to whatever position that means. If that means being the side chick to a dude with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 women, they're with that, right? Women aren't going to get on here trying to lower their standards. Even you see it. You showed a bunch of fat post-war women and they're still saying, nope. We're still going to maintain our standard. Men are the ones they tell,
350, 400-pound women fat shame men.
True.
Yes.
I've seen it too. I've seen it. I've even seen short, and it's crazy. I've seen short women, like women that I've dated that were short, like trying to play dudes that are short. And I'm like, man, you barely like 5 feet. Like, why are you? I had to check her on that shit. Like, why are you disrespecting another short man?
Can I say this?
You're not seeing
short. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying that you don't see women using their platforms to ever bring down the standards, no matter what she looks like. If she's the ugliest woman, they still keep their standard. Like, hey, I don't mind being number 5 if that's the position, but we're not going to lower our standards. And men. Younger men are saying we're going to take that same approach to this sexual marketplace. We're going to keep our standards high. And if we can't compete with that standard, then we're going to either have to raise our standards or go to an environment where we can meet that standard. See, men are logical in that way. They try to solve a problem. And Passport Bros solves a problem. If the women don't want to change, the men are saying, I'm not going to force these women to change. You know why? They're free agents. They're free to do what they want. But I'm also free to do what I want. They only have a problem when you say, I'm free to do what I want to do. That's the problem they have.
When you establish autonomy over yourselves. But go ahead, Melody.
Well, yeah, Melody has some.
No, I was to the short comment. A short woman is not the same as a short man. Even though nobody should be shaming anyone short, because that same short man can go overseas and get him a beautiful woman.
Facts. And
that same short man could get up in your bed and have you coming back to the bed. So that whole short thing is way overdone. Yeah. A lot of dudes that buy into that short thing. It's a lot of women out here that when you see them on a dating app, they be talking all that 6 foot crap on a dating app. But then when you meet a lot of the dudes they've actually been with, these dudes be like 5'6", 5'7", 5'8".
Yeah, their baby daddy like 5'8", work. Yeah.
Her baby daddy's like 5'5", and she done had 3 kids by him. You dig?
Right.
You see it all the time out here. You see it all the time.
All right, let me read some. James Wingate said, so black man being told to date and marry was BSM, y'all. Black submissive, what's that? What's BSM?
BFM? Mm-hmm.
All right, let me know,
Black
Wingate. What's
single man? I don't know.
Yeah, black single mothers. Okay, black single mothers. So black men are being told to date and marry black single mothers, marry fat and overweight black women, but they are terrified as more black men leave. ZNA are not playing these games. What's ZNA?
Generation Z, Generation.
Oh yeah, exactly. Well, really, nobody played these games but the boomers and the older millennials. They're the ones who just looked around and said, on
Xers felt for this shit too.
No, I say older Xers.
Yeah.
I am either a millennial or a young X.
Yeah.
I'm not an old X. I'm not like DJ Torch, who's like 50 plus and shit.
Xers felt for fucking common woman, God, queen, soul, lift up, pray down.
Xers start from 82 and down. Yeah. So if you're born after 82, then you're a millennial. You're just an older millennial.
Okay, well, I'm not going to say my age. My point is that I'm not one of these. I'm not one of these 80%. It's 80%. What am I going to do? That's some old ass X shit. Yeah, that's some old X shit.
I have an epiphany too. I believe.
Well, right quick, I got some more. Sure. Mm-hmm. All right, Kevin Murray, thanks a lot. By the way, to the Cash Apps and Super Chats, I had to stop the Matrix because things was getting kind of, y'all know how it was. So, but you will be in the next Matrix. You will be in the next Matrix. Okay, so I appreciate you. Kevin Murray, thanks for the big one. I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Thanks a lot. And it says, wash it for the weekend. Brother's talking about the women who don't wash. It's like, because what's her name? B. Simone just admitted that she don't wash.
Are you kidding? Wait, B. Simone, the one that be on TV?
Yeah.
She don't. How did she say it? She said, "I just don't wash."
Danica covered it. Check her out. Danica covered it, and she was just she said she don't wash every day or something like that.
That's disgusting for a
That's
female.
That's nasty. Like especially women, it's different with us.
Yeah, it's all kind of like
definitely have to wash.
Yeah,
that shit is smelling like a sewer down there, bro.
Yeah, right. It probably smells.
Yeah, you gotta wash.
You gotta keep it fresh.
Twice a day. Yeah,
I can't even go to the store. I can't even wake up and go to the corner store without washing it. So, what?
Facts. I'm the same way. Like if I ain't wash, I ain't going outside.
Exactly. I need to wash. I need to brush my hair and my teeth, and put on some earrings, and I'm good to go.
I want to say this though.
Well, right quick. So apparently I missed. I got a cash out just now from James, and I appreciate you, brother. Apparently I missed some Sunday. So shout out to Michael R, Ronald C, and Myron J. I think my phone wasn't charged Sunday. So thanks a lot, brothers. This was like Sunday in the morning, so it was the Sunday show. So thanks a lot, brothers. And right now, thank you to James for the $5. Appreciate you. It says, I'll send you 5 for SYSBM and Passport Bros are winning. James W. Yeah, well, I mean, if you got Filipino chicks with legs who know you by name, or know your brand by name, understand that there is a movement. Your movement is being recognized. So
picking up steam, man. And another thing about the Filipina chick that we need to think about is that here's a woman that represents the most educated in America. The lie that's gone around the last generation is that Black women are the most educated, which is an outright lie. Asian women are the most educated group of women in America by degree holders, not by those that enroll. It's true. At least it was true until this affirmative action case hit the docket, but Black women were the most enrolled, but they also have like the highest dropout rate of any people that enter college. Asian women and Asian men have the highest rates of college degree holding in the country. So let's debunk that whole myth right there. White men white women are actually under the Asians as well. Asians are surpassing everybody. That's why, is it a surprise that they're the ones that brought the affirmative action case to the Supreme Court that's about to overturn affirmative action? So in another 2 or 3 years, we won't be hearing all this, oh, black women are the most enrolled anymore. They won't be enrolled at any of the major public or private universities after next year. That enrollment is going to drop by 50% in 5 years and by 90% in 10 years. So
you know your people are doing good when you are a minority and you want to get when you're a minority and affirmative action is working against you, you are doing well. They are basically saying, listen, we don't need your affirmative action. We want a complete meritocracy. We will do better under a full meritocracy than we would affirmative action. Because the way it is now at Harvard, and I read a thing on this, so you can probably back me up on this, King segment, that an Asian person with perfect scores on the SATs has the same chance of getting into Harvard as a black person with a 1050 on the SATs.
Yes,
which is less than what I got. Which, so it's actually working against them tremendously.
Well,
and that happened too, because right quick, because we had MEP at the university I went to, Minority Engineering Project, and we allowed Orientals in, but we didn't allow Indians in, and that's because they saturated the engineering market. They wasn't considered a minority in the field. We even let whites in because they're considered a minority in engineering. So that's how you know you're doing good, when you no longer qualify for the handouts. And that's their grade.
And just to rectify to everybody, 1600 is the perfect score. So if you had 1050, it's not.
Yeah, and I think whites had to get like 14 something. I think whites had to get 14.
That's so humiliating as a black person.
Okay,
it's like it's like you're getting a handicap. It's kind of humiliating. It's kind of
a big handicap.
Even worse than that. It's even worse than that for blacks. You have a generation of blacks. You have a generation of blacks who are letting white liberals tell them that we should drop standardized test scores because the blacks are so dumb they can't even get what is considered like I guess in the bottom quarter percentile to get admitted to like California schools or whatnot. So you have a whole movement of white liberals saying we should just drop the whole test because black men and black women are so dumb they can't even hit the 25%, bottom 25%. They're actually have a movement for that.
Well, yeah, and somebody mentioned in the chat room, and they're right. Africans are taking advantage of affirmative action slots. These slots were meant for poor, East Oakland Negroes, not for, the Princess Zamunda who had the best of everything. It wasn't meant for that. Yeah, it wasn't meant for T'Challa.
The one thing that I gotta tell you guys again that you're not considering in this, and it often gets lost in this. For those what you're talking about, right? So we'll say the top 100 colleges and universities in the nation, right? There's also a big issue with Chinese national and Korean national coming into these systems, being able to pay dollars to get into those slots that domestic Asians also have to battle against. It's a big part of that equation as well. So again, the entrance requirements being based on the general populace, and the population percentage per capita of the demographic of the state or country, right? So there's a limited amount of slots available that are also being eaten up a lot by Chinese nationals first, and then Korean nationals.
So basically you're saying that that they have to compete on an international scale.
Yes, and where that also allows for that, you could say the handicap again, but if you're addressing it towards the per capita ratios, right? Well, if you don't have that many black people going in, then you effectively turn it into a curve. You see what I'm saying?
Makes sense.
If you don't have that many black people competing for those slots, it eventually turns it into the curves. Whereas the domestic Asians have to compete not on the curve, but on a high firm ratio, or rate rather, and with a much larger pool to get a smaller amount of slots.
Let me say this. Let me just say this right quick. Fuck all yous, okay? Fuck all of yous. Talking about Oriental. Who's complaining? Who's complaining? Name the one Oriental that's out there kung fu fighting me for saying Oriental. Name one. Nobody's complaining. It's these white liberals. Every now and again, they tell you what the fuck to call yourself. It was nothing wrong with the word colored. It was nothing wrong with the word black. But every now and again, a white bitch will complain, and y'all like, oh yeah, now I want to be called Afro-American. You're stupid. Don't let these bitches, just like when these white bitches, don't let them call your dick a cock, okay? They like naming shit. It is a fucking dick. It is a dick. I want that BBC. Fuck you. God damn it, this is a dick. I'm not going to complain before I fuck you, but I'm going to complain after. This is a dick. This is a dick and I'm colored. Fuck what you talking about, okay? and they're Oriental.
The more you know.
No Oriental has complained about being called an Oriental. What the
not
fuck?
to my knowledge.
Exactly.
I want to say this.
But right quick. Just like midgets don't complain about being called a midget.
Yes, they do.
They're
They want to be. They want to be called little people now. Yeah, they want to be called little people.
Who? Melody? Was it Midget Luther King? Was it Midget X? Did they do like the Million Midget March? No. Midgets don't complain about that.
No, I've heard them say.
It was Bilbo Baggins and Frodo.
To put a bow on what I was saying though is again, right? Understand that native, right? The indigenous American Indians, right? There's no real requirement for them to get into those universities because
they don't like being called Indians.
I'm saying it for our reference.
Okay.
Melody been hanging out with those white liberals in New York for too long.
But again, Melody.
Melody been hanging out with those kids.
I have hope.
Yeah,
I literally have
too many Starbucks lattes.
I literally have Navajo and Hopi in my family, but nonetheless,
no. Well, I do. I have Seminole in my family.
Like, trust me, Indians and Chiefs are the least of their worries. But nonetheless, but those indigenous Americans, right? There's really because there's no competition pool for them to be in.
Yeah.
I'm just disappointed that black.
I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna end it. My point about the Orientals is this: Indians are Asian too. So and so are Arabs. So when you go around, and so are some Russians. So when you go around calling people,
no, all Russians are.
Well, I mean,
Asia.
part of it is in Europe, but I get what you're saying. Like, but when you go around calling people Asian, you include a bunch of other shit that you don't mean. You mean Oriental. Exactly. Be precise.
That actually shows their ignorance because most people don't. If the first thing that comes to your mind is, oh, why are you calling them Orientals? It's like there are people in Malaysia that are not considered Orientals. Saudis are not considered Orientals. Like he's actually putting a distinction on it, not trying to be bigoted. That people don't know they're actually showing their ignorance. Yeah.
Yeah, because you are ignorant if you say stuff like, "Oh yeah, I got this Indian homie and I got an Asian homie." You sound stupid because the best you say I have an Indian friend and I have an Oriental friend. That is, and it's not disrespect. You ever watch like an old Vietnam movie?
South Asian, East Asian,
Yeah, you ever watch like an old Vietnam movie and you want to hear some disrespectful shit that I'll never say? Watch an old Vietnam War movie and then you'll hear some shit. There are words out there that I don't use, and Oriental ain't one of them.
Yeah.
It's like would you want to be called? Yeah, would you want to be called African if you know you're like a Hispanic person that's like dark skin from DR? Like it'd be like, oh, could you be a little bit more specific? You know what I mean? You don't want to be grouped into like just everybody.
Right, but you have African descent if you're dark skin from DR. So.
True.
Right.
But people would prefer to be like, for example.
But they're also of indigenous descent.
Yeah.
That's another thing that this passport, this whole passport movement is exposing a lot of these fake pro-blacks that claim to be all about Africanism, and you come to find out that most of these people that are claiming pro-black, they don't even know that like 90% of black people don't live in the United States. They really don't know. That's
You know what
90%.
kills me?
When you talk about 99.9% don't live in the U.S.
You know what kills me,
Yes.
Sigma? Before you continue, let me just say this. When you hear people say, I don't know why they want to go to Brazil for, well, why don't they just go to Africa? It's like, bro, there are more Africans, people of African
Why
descent in
don't you
Brazil
get your
than in
hand off my
America.
penis? Is the real
You know
question.
what I think?
Why
You know
does
what I
your
think a lot
penis?
of
Dude, how long have you guys heard me say that if black people cease to exist in the United States of America, it would not affect black people at all?
I
Mhm.
agree. Unfortunately, yeah.
You know
The
what I
numbers,
think a lot
the
of
It wouldn't
number,
impact
there's an
at all.
entire continent of Africa. There's in the entire Caribbean. There's an entire country called Brazil.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Well, you know
They
what I
say,
think a
you
lot of
know,
women oh,
yeah.
you want to go or
Now, I just want to say
go ahead.
Cuba in of itself, Cuba has like 60% black. But go ahead, Melody.
Mhm. No, I was saying, do you know what? I think a lot of black women here in America don't like when black men go to other African countries. Well, like um Brazil, I think because they look at them, they look more exotic. They have, they're smaller, they look more exotic, and they have better hair. I hate to say, their hair is nice. So a lot of black women look like, well, why don't you just go to Africa? If you want to travel, go to Africa because those women in Africa look more like the
But
women
why is it
here in the
that
US. So I think
black
that's.
women are is that they?
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
But
Mhm.
what I'm asking you is why are these black women that you're talking about trying to direct my penis or other black men penis? Why don't they worry
Exactly.
about the penis in their life, their husband, their boyfriend, the men they control? Why are they so concerned
Exactly.
about this small population of men that they over and over say we're not interested in? It's
I think be-
crazy.
I think you made the point earlier. You said they want to see black men die alone. They don't want the black men, and they don't want to see anybody else have the black men. They want them. They
Well,
hate
because
black men so much they want them to die
no,
alone.
Sigma, it's easy because
That's
when
what
she's
now I
done,
want them now if
when
they
she's
came out and
done,
said that, now I wish they would just come out and say that. If they just all came out and said what Melody just said, hey, I want you black men to die alone and be miserable, we could get rid of so much of this unnecessary conversation if they would just come out and
Sigma,
tell the
Mhm.
truth and be honest.
Sigma,
Yeah.
because when she's done, you're supposed to buy the car. You're supposed to pay for the house. You're supposed to pay for the kids' fucking education. And you're supposed to be there watching the house while she's out fucking around on you.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
and
so they
that's
want
80%
but
of the
that
population. So
relationship
what are
is
you
done.
what are you supposed to do?
I don't know what they are supposed to do, but if you're a man whose standard is for a 20%, even if you're talking about just black women, the question you got to ask yourself, why do you find yourself as a black man in the population of men that can't get one of those 20% of black women, if that's what you want? If you're saying I strictly wanted a man pushing to meet the requirements of what a top 20% black, good looking, agreeable, and smart, gorgeous women are within my dating pool. That's why when that woman was talking, the fat one with the T-bars cut, when she was talking, you notice she say those women might be agreeable over there.
This,
Yeah, we want to be agreed with. I mean, because that's the only way you can cooperate
She didn't
with anybody.
say
You got to be on
those
the same
women
page.
come from a masculine culture.
it's not even that. If you've been to the Philippines before, if you've been to the Philippines, Thailand, Cambodia, Laos, right? The women work. The women work their asses off.
Work and they still go to school.
Yeah, they work their asses off, right? And it's arguable that you can say that they work harder than the men. But they still own up to doing what they consider their responsibilities in their family by being humble wives, by being devoted mothers, by taking care of their elders. Like they still do that, even though sons and husbands may not, but they still respect their sons and husbands, even if they don't do that. Like it's an entirely different mind. It's a entirely
But
different
they just make
mind
up
frame.
shit.
Like
Well,
that.
these
that
people in
that's,
America just make up shit. The anti-passport segment.
From what I
Go ahead,
noticed,
Game
from
Changer.
what I noticed, yeah, from what I noticed, Filipino men don't seem to appreciate the women. And this isn't me shitting on them. But like I would see some things like damn, so there was a guy who was a trike operator. It's like a cab driver, but it's not a cab. It's like a motorcycle with a little thing on the side, like
Tuk tuk.
Robin. Yeah, tuk tuk, exactly, like a tuk tuk. And it's a little car on the side. And he was sleeping in the car while his wife was she had like a little tub and she was washing their clothes on the in that tub and she was banging it on the side of the curb. And I was like, dang, that's kind of messed up that y'all have that dynamic. It does seem now, of course, he does work during the day. He does actually have to manage the trike and keep it clean and find tourists to trike around. But I'm just saying, like, that's a bad look. And I've seen like a lot of that, to where they do seem like they would be a lot more appreciative to that 70K brother, like King Sigma, where Western chicks with legs like P would probably call him like broke ass nigga because he's only in like the top 60 percentile of men or some shit like that, which is ridiculous. So they offer more and appreciate more and demand less.
Do you know what I've heard the secret is, Game Changer?
What's that?
This is what I've heard the secret is to Filipino expat relationships, right? You get with a Filipina and you invite her to live in your place, right? And you also invite her to invite her best friend. So instead of you having to occupy all of her time, they're just back and forth with each other. And instead of what you might think would happen here in the States, right? If you tried to pull that, right? Instead of what the woman would do here, talk shit about you, try to talk her into cheating on you or leaving you or whatever. The best friend does the opposite. She tries to get into the position that the girlfriend's in. So as long as you can keep her at bay, as long as you can keep her at bay, you keep the girlfriend occupied, right? So that she's not always hanging all over you for everything. And you get to enjoy your household. Not only that, you have an extra hand to help with groceries, help with laundry, help with keeping anything clean, help with keeping kids reared. You dig what I'm saying? It's the secret to doing that over there. Many expats don't understand that secret, right? Because they come from an environment where that wouldn't be conducive to the happiness of their household, but over there it is.
I could see that. And I do know that they're not, they do have to be convinced to get into any type of polygamous situation.
I'm not saying poly. I'm saying you don't put your dick in the best friend.
Oh, I see. Just have them as company. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, all women, that's just a historical housewife thing. Like that's, housewives.
Right, but if you try that here.
No, they have that. They have like benevolent societies, or women who are housewives do tend to congregate and find other housewife women and have their Tupperware parties and stuff like that. But you're right. Under any circumstance, if you're going to have a housewife, you don't want them to be bored. A bored woman is a recipe for a disaster.
They don't want those men's eyes opening up, bro. They just don't want black men's eyes opening up. But another good thing about this Filipina Pea chicks, her little public announcement, is that now it's the women themselves that are coming out and speaking articulately and expressing themselves about how they feel. So it's like these American women have made themselves the surrogate for these women in the Dominican Republic, in Brazil, these Asian countries, as if they know any damn thing about what's going on. Now these women are coming out and saying, hey, you are calling me a victim. I'm not a victim. I have more education than you. I work just as hard as you. You just happen to be lucky enough to be in a country where the American men are overworked and overtaxed. So what these women are doing is that they are already getting 1/3 of working men's taxes that go to all their frivolous needs. But now these men are saying, nope, I'm going to start taking my surplus income And instead of going on a dinner or a date with you, I'm going to take this trip for a month and go over there. Those women over there who are college educated like me, their income compared to ours is like, their median is like 4 times less than ours. So like 10K versus our 50K, right? So that man that's making 50, 60, 70K, when he goes over there, it's like he's making 250K in terms of purchasing power and spending power. If a woman was in Atlanta and I came from Chicago and went down to Atlanta and dated her broke ass for working at the dollar store, the Dollar Tree, or whatever, no one would say anything about it. If she was making $8.50 minimum wage and I'm making middle class income, they would say, "Girl, get the bag. Girl, you came
or Mississippi
up."
or
But
Arkansas.
for some reason,
Kentucky.
yeah, if you went down to Mississippi or the Delta and was dating chicks down there, and you're like GC from San Francisco, one of the highest world, no one would call him a pedophile. No one would say he's taking advantage of that woman. They would be saluting that woman. They would be saluting her for getting a guy that has a
I think I know what it is, King Sigma.
income like.
Oh, he's
You're Borgen,
Borgen.
Sig.
You're Borgen bad.
You're Borgen, Sig.
I don't think he can hear us.
Go ahead, Melody.
No, you were Borgen. I didn't hear the last thing you said.
Melody, go ahead.
Okay. No, I was saying, I think I know what it is. I think, like you just said, the woman will be here working in the Dollar Tree and he'll be making minimum wage. I think they are upset when a man go over there and he's worth a lot more. And I guess they feel like the women are getting a better deal because like the money is better over there. I can't even think right now. But you know what I mean? Like she get more for the money over there.
But Melody, it doesn't make sense when these tend to be men that are rejected from that group of women here. Again, the point Sigma's bringing up again is the point that I constantly bring up is what difference does it make if I go from New York to Vegas or I go from New York to Colombia or the Philippines? It does fundamentally, it makes no fucking difference. It's the same action, right? But again, and if this is a problem, how can this be a problem if you already said you don't like, I'm sorry, I'm a loser, you don't want to deal with me? Why would you be concerned? I don't care. Okay, let's put it this way. I don't care about the fat that you cut off of your steaks or your pork chops. What you do with that fat, I could give 2 fucks about. Right? But it's like me telling you, you shouldn't cut that off and you shouldn't throw that there, or right, but I don't care about it. Like, it doesn't make sense. If I don't care about it, then why do I care what you do with it?
Well,
Exactly.
it's sick, Jazilla, because basically they want the men that they don't want to want them.
Yes.
And that's sadistic. It's sadistic it's sadistic. It's kind of like, you're hiring, you already hired somebody, let's just say at your I don't know, your local dry cleaners or something. You already hired somebody, but you still want people to apply.
And
that is sick.
And the only logical rationale I can apply to it is what I said to Sigma earlier, is that they want you to stick around because after they've had their fill and they know they're not going to get picked up anymore by where they're having fun, they want you to come back and you to buy the car, you to pay for the you to pay the mortgage, you to pay for the kids to get educated, and you to be you sitting in the house while she's out there fucking around on you.
Yeah, exactly. And you have nothing to say, but
how weak of a black
population.
man?
What do you expect us to do? You got a Sigma, and then we're gonna go to Kinshawn.
But how weak are these black men for not check? That shows you how low so many black men standards are because they refuse to check women who are embarrassing them. Imagine being a guy who's out here trying to protect women that don't want you, and those same women, in everything they do, they're letting you know that those men, that 10% of men, those 20% of men, those are the ones that we want. Those men that are going over there to those other countries, I really secretly want those men. And you got a dude, he says this is his girl, but his girl is up in the middle of the night, 12 a.m., 2 a.m., arguing about what the passport bros are doing, men that she doesn't know, that she'll never meet. Just because those men, when they go to like Manila, that dude that's making 50K I try to explain to people that you got to imagine if you were here in America and you're one of the lucky 1% of guys who makes 20K per month. I'm going to say that again. If you can't American dollars and you take that job and you become a remote worker in Manila, you now just went from being a 50K earner here to a 200 purchasing power. That's like if I hire you here in America and I started paying you 20K per month, how would your life change overnight? You tell me.
Exactly. Well, I mean, it's the same reason.
Anyone
like
on
there's
the panel,
people
why do you
from
think
here.
your life would change?
Well, no, I mean it's ridiculous. The same, like there are people here. There are people here who move to the South for the same reason, so they could take their income and get a decent sized house, and to get like twice the house on twice the land and stuff. I don't see the difference. Like, you can move. My mom moved to Dallas. You can sell your California home and buy a Dallas mansion, like paid off. So why not? It's a better deal for her. It was.
It is a better deal. And I was gonna say, I even want to go overseas. I want to leave, but I love black men. So what I would want to do is me and my black man from here go over there, start a family. That's what I would want to do. I wouldn't want to, go over there and be with a foreign man. That's not what I would want to do.
All right,
But
and then for the other, then from the other avenue.
Hold on, Judge. Let me read this, and then we're gonna go to Kinshan, and then your next judge. So eBurner became a member again. So if you're kicked off, a lot of people were kicked off because So what I'm doing, just so y'all know, what I'm doing is, y'all know how in the Matrix I have to type in everybody's name. I'm trying to set it up to where it automatically does that. It automatically comes up every time somebody automatically super chats. And in doing that, I messed some things up. So my apologies on that. If you were a member and you're one of the people that got unassigned, please reassign. Please remember your memberships. I greatly appreciate that. That being said, welcome back, eBurner. And Christian Hutchison, it says the pushback is because that money leaves circulation. The women benefit the dating economy. When the money leaves, they don't benefit. Absolutely. Listen, it takes a lot. The government, believe it or not, especially somebody like myself, spend a lot to make an adult American. I think it's like $70K a year for my public school education for 12 years. Plus, I went to a state university or a University of California, which is partially funded by the government, which is more money still. Now, what they want is they want me to pay them back in taxes, and I probably already have. I haven't done the math, but I probably already have. But it is a worst case scenario for a person like that to, like, Austin is a worst case scenario because at such a young age, I doubt he paid it back. I doubt he paid that 70K times 12 back. And if he went to university. So that's not a good thing. America definitely wants to keep its citizens, and they want to keep your skill set and productivity that they paid for in the US. So they don't want a brain drain like parts of Africa does, to where there's more Cameroonian doctors, in Chicago than there are in Cameroon. They don't want that type of brain drain, and they don't want that type of talent drain either. So yeah, there is a there, and then there's the money circulation. So
you can't have the best and brightest leaving, right?
Yeah, that's the brain drain. Exactly. You can't have that. Or you really don't want anybody to leave except like the homeless, and they're not the ones leaving. So, well, Kinshan and then Judge Zilla, then Melody.
Well, I wasn't finished. I just wanted to say this.
Oh, go for it.
I want to kind of say something. Someone said that's not smart. There's a lot of competition. I'll go to DR where I got family taking with me over there. Like it's nothing.
Tell them, Melody, when you're feminine, you got options, right?
Exactly. You're feminine, you have options. The only thing I would have to do more, I would have to really like get on my grind. Like I really want to start working out this winter. Like I'm not fat, but I want to get to how I used to be before COVID. And I was like very athletic build. But because I know there is a lot of competition, so I would definitely want to work on myself more. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's pretty much what I would want to do.
Being the best version of yourself.
Exactly. And I'm not gonna lie, I fell off. You know, COVID, before COVID, I was way more fit. I'm not gonna say way skinnier, but I'm gonna say way more fit because I'm still not fat. So, you know, just get in the gym a little bit, make myself better, and then I would want to leave. I
Well,
understand the women over there are, you know. Oh, go ahead.
Melody, be on top of it. Don't be these New Year's Eve bitches that you see in the gym and then you don't see again. Like be
by March it's going like half the
yeah,
gym is
exactly.
empty.
By March they marched out of the gym. Don't be one of those chicks. If
Well,
you're gonna be about it, be about it.
Well, those chicks are actually fat. See, I'm not fat. I can work on myself now while I'm still good and make myself even better. You know what I mean?
Melody's like, you're the type of person like in 3 months you could get back into shape.
Yeah, that's what I'm exactly.
But still keep doing
See,
it. I don't want you to
Oh,
fall
yeah.
off.
I want your, like, you need to get a panel with women that think like one of the countries because of the cost of living. I think that'd be a good conversation. But I just find it funny that the same women that he showed, that GameChanger showed in that video, complaining about these men, are the same women that vote for the very policies that lead to these kind of outcomes. You got all these major corporations, right? Guess what? When you call for your financial bill issues, you're likely talking to some woman in India, in Manila, some woman that's living down in Rio that actually has a job that used to be an American middle class job, but the corporation, the same American corporation that was US based, has now outsourced that job and is paying 1/4 of what they were paying American. And the same woman that will sit up here and attack passport bros, she want to attack Wells Fargo, she want to attack US Bank, she want to attack Ford Motor Company, who are giving jobs that used to go to those women. So what it is, you got women like Filipina Pea or whatever, who are working in these call centers that are American jobs. They speak English. Now that same company, there's a black man working for Wells Fargo who's like, let me take this 70K and go live over here in Manila and rap with this chick Filipina Pea. Now I'm worth 5 times more. And that girl, she is already working within an American company. She speaks English. Now she gets a man that is with the same corporation and that speak English, but he's getting his wages based on his American status. That's just
can I speak to that? Can I speak to that
right quick? We got to.
Go
We've
ahead.
been neglecting this brother for a long time. We've been waiting patiently. Kenshawn, you got it. As long as you need, you got it, brother.
Oh man, that's a great point, man. The brother was actually stealing some of my thunder, but I wanted to ask if you were able to check your Instagram DM or just hop in the Discord chat room. I posted 1 or 2 things I think would be interesting for you to look at, GC, and anyone else. But on the topic, I have 5 sisters, right? And you know, I when I was growing up, there used to be a dude coming like 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, and then they would like stick with the dude later in the night and go out with him. So I guess that dude was the dude smashing. But my point is, I think women trade off desire and attention. Someone told me before, free attention is likes, commenting for no reason. You're laughing. All of the laughing faces go straight across the page, right? She has a photo up with just half her body, and there's laughing faces of men just going straight for no reason, right? It's a halfway him hitting on her and a halfway him simping, right, or whatever. But the thing is, that's free attention. And so being desired is being trade off for, I guess, being desired gives them a dopamine that they could deal with for the rest of their life. Because when you're not being desired as much when you're married, right? Of course, you're being desired by single men and you're being desired by your husband, but it isn't the attention that you get with your single girlfriends, right? So desire is a chemical that you can't really, change or fix. So it's desire, and once Sims and brown nosing continues to happen, that's free attention that will continue to happen whether we hear or not. But it's us kind of men who value ourselves so much in our time that we, I won't find myself in that situation telling a woman, good morning. I don't know her from a can of paint, and I'm telling her good morning, good afternoon, how did you sleep? and all of these things, and I've never even seen her. Like that is the kind of thing that is keeping these women, you know, they're trading free attention and desire off for anything other than a family.
I agree. I agree. And that's why I say it's a sickness, because they are content with 100 unhappy men who are, and they know they fat. The women who we're talking about, P, they know that they're fat, and they are happy knowing that they wake up in the morning and reject the nigga that look like obsidian each and every single day. They get off on that. It's like, listen, you do not care about the happiness of others. It's sick. That's what I mean. It's a sickness. I do not want that crap, fellas. Sigma, Kenshan, Azriel, tell me if I'm wrong. Don't y'all hate it when I hate it? Have you ever been in a situation where it's a group of girls and the least attractive one is interested in you? Because that makes things worse, because you got to reject her and somehow try to get at her friend after rejecting her, which is something that,
It's normally at the end of the event too, which makes it worse.
Well, yeah, I mean, but no matter,
the ugly one always likes the ugly. She always, but you always notice that the
well,
ugly
she's
one,
more aggressive. Like the more
always,
attractive one could like you too, but the ugly one is more aggressive because she has to be. But my point is that I don't want her. I would be happier if she wasn't into me, because she's getting in the way of the ones I am into. That's my point.
If you don't have a wingman. Now, when you don't have your wingman, then yeah, your scenario is the worst scenario. But if you got a wingman that don't mind taking you to the team, then you can.
What I notice about that scenario.
Hold on, Kenshan, hold on.
Yeah, but you're always gonna have a fat girl bodyguard, bro. And I'm just my whole issue with this fatness promotion is that these women have given up on a legacy that came from like Diane Carroll, Pam Grier, the young Vanessa Williams. These are their mothers. These are their grandmothers. I refuse to lower my standard just because and Lizzo, that's a standard to Black women so that they can take all of Black women's men. If you look at the standpoint of 1973 to today and look at how many white women, Mexicans, Asians, and all these other women, they gave that model to Black women, but they're not using that model for themselves when they go out and take the same men at a weight that is probably 25 to 30% less than those same Black women, and they're not being left alone. They're taking all those Black men that still refuse to lower their standards. That's a hook and sink for these women that follow that feminist propaganda.
Agreed. And the men who say, but they're 80%. What am I supposed to do? Look at that. You should be ashamed. You should be a damn ashamed of yourself. You should be a damn ashamed of yourself. This is your mama. This is your mama and your daddy. And this is how you was. Yeah, exactly. You should be a damn shame to yourself to fall this far from grace. Look at her. Look at her with the purple stripe. Look at where are they? Where are the big ones?
For real.
Where are the passport bros? Yeah. When the chicks look like this, huh? Look at that. Look at his dance.
Grandma got the cat seat.
Yeah. Exactly. Look at that. Huh?
All of them in shape. That looked like the P thighs right there.
Look at the whole line.
Look at those thighs.
Exactly.
And check this out. None of the. I doubt any of those brothers had to make six figures to holler at them.
Exactly. Or whatever the 70s. What is it? 70s? Yeah, the 70s equivalent to six figures. They didn't have to make that. They didn't have to make that. They just had to show they dance.
That was
moves.
Probably like 40K max. That was
they
just had to have a job. They just had to work at the mine,
and they was
or
fucking
the plant,
like crazy in the city,
or the shipyard, or the what do you call those stevedores and stuff like that. Whatever your grandpa did for a living, that's what they had to do, like loggers and stuff.
Well, number one, though, I would say
they had so much more sex, bro. They had way.
Well, that's
more
how we got here.
Yeah.
Number one,
but
to
I mean,
comment
I'm just saying,
on Filipino.
Look at how social media was a distraction. All grandma and granddad did was fuck for entertainment, bro. That's all they did.
Dance.
Just all day
dance,
long.
apparently.
Yeah,
they fucked and they danced and they dressed like
dance
that.
and listen to music and fucking. That's all they did. Wasn't no YouTube. That's all they did.
Oh, look at this
look
one.
like
She
they-
can't dance. She
Look
just
at Unc
jumping.
right here. He ready. Look at Unc.
They look like they're having fun though.
This a
You don't
little
see a
Felicia
lot at
Rashad
black
look
clubs
like
though.
here.
You don't see that at
She look
black
like,
clubs like
Miss
that no
Hudson
more
here.
though.
Nah, niggas
Yeah.
don't dance. They just dry hump because they thirsty. Like, look at this. Look at this shit. See, look at the kick she did.
Yeah.
Wait, I think she's something like Filipina Pea. Is she black? Was that a real hair? What the fuck was that? Wait a
That
minute.
look-
Wait
no,
a
she look
minute.
like Rosie
Was that
Perez.
a
She
real
look like
hair
Rosie-
black? Well,
That
I
look
mean,
like a Puerto Rican chick to me, bro.
Rosie Perez is Afro-Latina. She's Afro-Latina, but I'm just saying, that was real hair and shit. She fluffed it up and everything. Why this nigga got a wrestling uniform
Yeah.
on? Like, yeah.
And they,
What the hell?
our
Y'all out
grandparents,
y'all
they
damn
didn't
mind.
let
Y'all
them
should
put all this.
be ashamed of
that chick-
yourself. Y'all should.
You know, speaking to what you were
Look at
saying,
her hair. You could tell she Puerto Rican or something like that. Afro-Latina.
No,
Speaking
she's Afro-Latina. Keyword Afro.
Speaking to what you were saying, just crazy to me. It's like what you were saying about like, okay, if you're settling for this, right? Hypothetical. I hate to say it about Obsidian, but it's like if you're settling in that situation, like, did your dad have to settle? You know what I mean? Like, or did your grandparents, like, would your grandfather have settled for a woman that way? You know, I have to say that. I have to say, and on top of that too, I think to myself, back then, the men, you could have came out of high school and had a good paying job, and you were still able to get a woman that weighed less than you. It's like now, it's like you
The men that are talking about settling are the ones that get invited to the Soul Train line. See,
Yeah, hold on. Let me just
the
finish
dudes
this.
that didn't get invited to the Soul Train.
Exactly.
Yeah, true.
That's
Let
what
me-
it was.
yeah.
Just like prom,
Yeah.
they didn't get invited to the Soul Train line, so they fucking just taking anything and trying to encourage others to do the same.
Yeah. I had one time I meant to say this too before, and like I said,
All the men that didn't get invited to dance with women.
Hold on.
I think you're delayed again, Sigma.
I was saying, I on some points I agree with Obsidian, but one time I went on the stream and I asked him because the girl that was there, she's like a match. She used to be a matchmaker, but she stopped because she said the woman will have unrealistic expectations. Her name is Letitia Underwoods, and I asked her, I was like, more or less, are you telling me in order for me to have a woman that weighs less than me, I have to make at least $80K to $100K? And Obsidian just blurted out like, yes, you do. And I'm like, that's insane. Like, that's insane.
I mean,
like, my grandfather.
If you had to make 80K, if you had
Wait
to
a
make
minute,
that amount,
but
which is just
Azriel, his woman weighs more than him.
But watch
So
this.
So does that mean that he doesn't make 80K?
But watch this. You would have to make
that means that's the woman
80K,
he
right?
qualified for. That's
But you would have but you would have to make 80K. So it's essentially a trade-off, right? To per se, like a biscuit, a mystic drink, and a bag of chicken and $30. They would rather trade off that value to be with the family. So essentially, your $80,000 means you have options. It doesn't mean you're gonna find, the one and only over here. It just means you got options, because it certainly doesn't mean that you afford them now. It just means that you just have options and you're gonna be 80 grand and still single. So ain't nothing gonna change with you falling for them. They just gonna still be for the streets as you just run through them, if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, and this is why I gotta, I'm not saying that Austin is perfect, but I have to salute him because
that 80K shit is straight cap, bro. Everyone knows it's straight cap. If the 85 population would be like 75% less.
That's why I said $30 in a bag of chicken and a mystic. That's what it costs on Friday for Pum Pum. the women have lowered the price. Am I wrong, GC?
Well,
Yes.
no, but he's talking about like certain. For
They
certain
have
men
lowered that.
Okay, here's the thing: casual sex is not that difficult to get. However, the exchange for that is that relationships and long-term companion with a qualified woman is significantly more difficult to sustain.
That's my focus. And to me, it's crazy because people are like, oh, you're not getting asked. Like, I hate to say it, and I'm embarrassed to say it, but it's not like I can't go out there and just be having sex on demand. But it's like if you look at my Hinge, I literally post up in another Discord, and people might know, like Untitled in the chat, he might know, like I post up half of the women that will like my pictures and whatnot on like Hinge or Tinder, like they're just super huge, like just all back and just no neck. And it's like, yeah, I guess you can say if I can be in the hookup culture, if I could rack up bodies if I sleep with refrigerators. Yeah, I could definitely do that.
Well, hookup culture is for ugly bitches. Like that is who benefits the most from hookup culture.
So
and
nobody is starving. Nobody is starving is my point.
Well,
and what I'm trying to
the people who are starving are the ones who don't fuck ugly bitches, for one. You
Exactly.
know, but hookup culture is for them. Like a ridiculously attractive woman don't really benefit from hookup culture.
So by divorce logic, we can't keep a good woman, right? Because these wives are divorcing us. Well, on that logic, they can't keep us because we will smash, but they can't keep us. So there you go.
I'm really glad you said that, Game Changer. For hookup culture does not. Hold on, Sigma. Let me say this one thing. Sigma, real quick. Let me just say, I'm really glad you said that. Sigma. I had an epiphany. Beautiful women do not benefit from hookup culture. It's true. They don't. They really don't. It's if you have and then I wanted to say something before Sigma come back too. He made a great point. It's like the woman here. This is the reason why in America we believe in being anti-monopoly, antitrust kind of companies, because if you have a monopoly over certain product or certain services, you have free reign to screw over any and everybody, right? And America's built off of the fact that no, you're not going to. That's why they fought so hard against Amazon, against Microsoft, etc. Because it was like, no, you're not. If we allow you to have free reign and control, and you being the only outlet to a certain product or service, then you're gonna just screw over people and put on a demand for shitty stuff. You know what I mean? And the same goes for men trying to go overseas. If we allow these women to create a monopoly over us, we're gonna end up with women that are like 300 pounds talking about why do I gotta settle for an average man? Go ahead, Sigma.
Exactly.
That's true.
And what you described is when and that's why I keep coming back to that, because when a man says when a man says 80% are overweight, what do you expect me to do? That is monopoly. That is a woman monopolizing. That is the women collectively monopolizing the market.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you the dumbass that continues to hit Boardwalk with the hotels on it. Like, you're like, where else am I supposed to go? Like, nigga, it's a whole rest of the board. You actually aiming for Boardwalk.
I mean,
what the fuck?
That means that you on the other.
And the rest of the board is the Caribbean, Brazil, East West Africa. There's a whole lot of black women out there.
You literally live in the Mediterranean.
And these are black women.
Yeah, in the Mediterranean. You fucking paying Boardwalk rent.
It's interesting you said that, because what's right after Boardwalk in like Pacific or whatnot?
That's a big statement on the men that
it's like Baltic and Mediterranean, like the cheapest ones. It's like if you go a little bit further, you can get what you want for a good price.
Exactly.
Right?
But we don't want it for a low price. We don't want dominance. We don't want barefoot and pregnant. We just want to come home and be nourished so we can go and get the world for them tomorrow. And that is not happening here. It's not. So we have to go overseas for it.
Kenshawn, I disagree. There is no better way to have clean carpets and children than to have a woman that's barefoot and pregnant. That's the only way. There's no other way around that.
There's the red pill version.
Yeah, exactly. If you want clean carpets and kids, then barefoot and pregnant is the way to go. You got it, Sigma.
Sigma, you there?
Yeah, he's probably delayed again.
Yeah, I'm here.
Let's just wait.
Sigma, the Star Command.
I was. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you. You got it.
Well, I'm here. Okay. Yeah. So another thing about that Filipina Pea that clip that you brought up that stands out, besides her legs and being pretty, and the articulation is all that. It's even worse when you do a split screen. The next time you do the upload of that conversation that she was having, you got to do a split screen of her talking and mute the other chick on the same time so people could just look at the difference, right? So if you just had a split screen and you just muted it with the Rasputia looking chick with the T-Boz cut that you showed, and you have the Filipina Pea chick just on a split screen, even if it was just completely muted and you didn't hear anything those women were saying, most men is like, I'm going with Filipina Pea type chick. Just off the looks alone. Those women that say, oh, those men are going over to do this and that, they always overlook the fact that those women are more attractive. We want to talk about liking women or not liking black women. I can like someone and not be attracted to them. I cannot.
I'm gonna tell you right now, brother. They're gonna have to
hold on, Keshawn. You got it, Sigma.
So we got to be careful when we use the words like and attractive. You can like black women and still not want to fuck 8 out of 10 if you left in the room. You could have black women that you fucking hate their guts, but then she does it for you. She turns you on and you're aroused by her. Even though you don't like her, you're still sexually attracted to her. So we got to say words like. And if you have your standards set that these women in this generation can be 250 and you're going to don't be complaining in 2032 when those women have now gained another 50 pounds and the average one 250, 300 in 10, 15 years. You got to stop incentivizing fatness or you're going to
exactly
keep
I wanted to say,
yeah, and it's not a matter of genetics because we see on the screen what their genetics can do. It's a matter of culture, how you decide to diet and exercise, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We see here what your genetics are.
Exactly.
You know, let's not play the fool and say that y'all came out like that. Y'all wasn't born. Y'all didn't come out of these women vaginas with whatever the fuck genes y'all got now. I don't want to hear that crap.
I just want to say, GC, real quick, like the last time I listened to MTR talk about Filipino P, you guys probably gonna laugh. He says that's his. I don't know who these dudes is who gonna be trying to shoot their shot at Filipino P, but you got to go through MTR, bro. Like he said
it. hey, no fight,
no fight here, man.
Hey, go for it. It's a whole island full of Filipina peas. So hey, you want it, you got it, brother. Man, you got it. Now Jenny Babas, we could fight.
You didn't know, brother? Oh, brother here didn't know. Brother down here didn't know.
Yeah. Hey,
you're gonna have to go through MTR, bro.
The guy that's smashing Filipino peas, you ain't gotta go through a damn thing because these women is gonna get to whoever they want. So if you're the one they want, they gonna choose. If you ain't the one they want,
you're right. You're right.
Claim on none of these hoes. If it's your turn and your ticket's called, get in where you fit in. Don't let these hoes fool you.
Oh man,
it's nice what she said, but she just won $1 million. She just won $1 million.
She'll be smashing anyone who comes with the money first. Eh? Okay.
That's why they want to keep putting these Lizzo type women on TV and out here in the media because what they're doing, they're blocking out the sunshine of beautiful women on purpose. They want
but that's a big time question though, brother.
A wall of lard has been put up over the eyes of American men so that
let me ask y'all this.
Hold on, Keshawn. Sigma is delayed, so when you interrupt him, he don't get it until later, and then it's a lot of over talk. So you gotta wait for.
Sorry, I want to ask you a question when he's finished.
All right,
go ahead.
You got
man.
it now.
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
I want to ask y'all. Does every woman have a price?
I mean, I don't think so, but I do think that the overwhelming majority have an overwhelming price. Like even women who aren't like that, I do think that if offered enough, they will. Just like most men would go against their core principles and do something that they might not necessarily
get drunk, smash a fat girl. Yes.
Well, no, not even that. Like, I mean, that's the equivalent to saying
has a price in terms of.
Well, that's the equivalent to saying, like, I don't eat pork. However, do I have a price? And if somebody wanted to pay me a ridiculous amount to snack on some bacon, yeah, like, you know, it's not. So yeah, I do believe that, and some women won't do it no matter what. I don't think that grandma would do that no matter what. So yeah.
All right. Okay. Because
but Ken Sean, you also got to take into consideration that it depends on the currency too. Like everyone always talks in terms of dollars. Sometimes the currency you pay a woman is in terms of your aesthetics. Sometimes it's in your ability to make her feel good emotionally. Every man don't pay with the same currency. So she might tell one dude, you gotta make 100,000 to even go on a dinner date with me. But then she might tell the dude who she finds physically attractive that all he got to do is just call her on any night and she's coming through.
Maybe I should use better context in this question. Maybe I should use better context in this question. Excuse me for interrupting you. Let's say it's only money, because then if she says 1,000, no, 10,000, then I say okay, 20. She says no, 30, and I say okay, 1 million, and I keep outpricing her price. Now she has to say yes at some point because she can't outprice my pocket. So therefore, the question then becomes: does the woman have a money price? Because at the end of the day, they can just say no amount you give, and then you can just say, hey, well, 10. You're gonna just give up 10 million just to smash me for 15 to 30 minutes?
No, that's like I say. I'm pretty sure if you offer most people a ridiculous amount of money, some will take it. You know, I don't really mean that. I don't look at them as whores for doing something.
No. It's a transaction, and you can't be mad.
Okay,
I mean, guys are paying for feet on OnlyFans.
I get where you're going with this. You know, if you're saying that women are trying to shame foreign women for, you know, pay for play, and you're saying that most women, if given an opportunity, are pay for play. I get that. You know, I get that argument. I'm not really,
but all American women that take. If you're an American woman out there and you're listening, and you are someone that's the beneficiary of working men's tax-paying dollars, you're a whore too. See, the thing is, everyone runs around and talking about stepdads and who's pay for pay. Here's the thing: all of us are stepdads that pay taxes.
Facts.
When you're a black working man, and they're taking 1/3 of your taxes away from you. I'm talking about every working black man here pays at least 1/4 to 1/3 of their income in taxes, state, federal. If you're a group of women and you're benefiting from any programs created from the pool of money, that's taxpayer money, you're doing pay for play, except you just don't have to put out. We're all stepdads because we're all forced to. We don't have a choice in this, okay? We're going to pay
to help the federal government pay child support, right?
To help the feds and the states pay for these programs that you're not going to benefit from. So we're all stepdads.
And I don't have a child, right?
Like tricks out here. So let's just
right. And I don't have a child. You don't have a child. Okay. I thought you meant like the guys like GC, me. I don't have a child. Am I helping the government and the feds pay these child support? Even though
absolutely.
Yes.
Oh my God.
But see, here's what they're angry about though. They're angry because they already know that you're getting gutted for 1/3 of your income, but they want your surplus too. So if you're a person that make 1K gross, and then you come home at the end of the year and you only got 70K gross, what they're angry about is that those men are taking that 70K net and they're going to other places with it. They feel like not only should the government be gunning you for 1/3 without them having to put the role of stepdad, they want access to the net that you're bringing home. And they're angry because you're saying you already got me for one. Can I take this other 2/3 of my income and go play somewhere else? That's what they're
where I'm wanted, where I'm celebrated.
Broke. They want all your money to be taken from you. They want your income, but they don't want to put out. The only difference between the American female and the non-American woman in Manila is that the woman in Manila looks better, she's more agreeable, and she puts out for 1/3 of the cost. That's the only difference. They're all whores out here.
If
you take government
the thing is, it's a cost. It is a cost. So whether they want to say, oh, they want to take advantage of the third world women, I mean, well, it's still a cost. And guess what? If we stay here and deal with you all, it is still a cost. It may be a higher cost, and it may be a mental cost.
But what about the poor chick argument is so dead? Again, we were talking about that earlier. That what about the poor chicks argument is dead. Because the same person, if GC flies from San Francisco, where they have the highest cost of living, and he goes to a nightclub in the Delta with one of these broke, illiterate chicks that lives in the Delta that only makes like $7
like somebody like a Glorilla.
They celebrate that.
Like somebody like
they
a
celebrate.
Glorilla.
They would say, "Oh, she came up." Now,
Right.
they wouldn't be talking about what about the poor chicks then? When a woman in America is broke and poor, which again, by G20 standards, American women and specifically American black women are the brokest. The only things that saves their asses is the working tax-paying man. They wouldn't say nothing to GC about, oh, you a pedo, you messing with that girl in the Delta, you know she can't read, you know she poor, you know her husband left her, her boyfriend left her with these kids. Why you having sex with her? Oh, they would be celebrating that shit. It's total hypocrisy.
Boy, I tell you what, if you take a look at what the pictures I put in Discord, I don't want to change the conversation, but that hits right on to what those 3 photos was talking about, because there is some data that just came out and talks about who is getting STDs and who is getting STIs. And in the last 3 years, the test results have come back from the CTD that's saying that it is women who are getting infected more. And it is because their boyfriends or their husbands are either with men as well or have been with men and now transporting these STIs and STDs to them. Now, let's keep in mind, the women's fathers and the grandfathers ain't picking these boyfriends. These women picking them themselves. And they don't want the non-exciting guy, the boring GC, the boring Kenshawn. We ain't exciting. We ain't thugs, right? So they picking these 6-foot dudes. They picking these 6-foot dudes who mouthy and got swag, right? And these are the dudes who they having sex with. So by logic, on that percentage that of these women who getting these STDs, y'all choosing the tall dudes who good looking and mouthy. So then us, right, who so-called quote unquote ain't getting no sex, virgins out here jacking off, we ain't got no STDs, we single, no kids, and they mad because we like Filipino Pea. I rest my case.
Well, you could still be tall, dark, and handsome and want to fuck Filipina Pea. Minus the dark part. Minus the dark part, MTR is tall and handsome. Likely, I think Chantel was saying he was handsome, and so there is, and he would prefer to fuck Filipina Pea too. Like that's how that works. You know, it's not a matter of physical appearance. It's just a matter of
more of those Filipino Peas join together though.
Yeah.
Listen, nothing wrong with the peninsula.
Well, I did say that. I did say, I gotta say this now, adults. I'm 3 hours in. I did say that it's nothing wrong with the Filipina chicks, but somebody was saying something about the Delta chicks. I did see, unfortunately, I seen that Glorilla chick, and yeah, that did look like some ghetto country shit. And I do see she's an example of a would-be attractive woman who is completely ruined by the sisterhood. The sisterhood has turned her into an unattractive woman because she's embraced a culture that makes her very, very, very unattractive. And she says some foul shit. And everybody know that a woman's looks trumps her personality when it comes to sleeping with me. Meaning that I would sleep with an attractive woman who's dumb or an attractive woman who's annoying, or I will sleep with an attractive woman who I wouldn't consider a relationship with. However, with someone like Glorilla, because you do, in most cases, women don't just like pop up in your bed out of nowhere. In most cases, you would have to talk to them, seduce them. Even for like an hour, it would be so annoying that it's not worth it. Just from what I've seen in her music videos, I've been in situations like that where a woman was like that, and there is a threshold, and she would quickly surpass that as far as getting with somebody like that. And her surroundings make her look nasty as hell. But let's do final thoughts.
She the type of girl that gets your ass set up. She'll have you set up out here. That girl you talking about, she the type of chick that. See, you mentioned the Glorilla chick, and that kind of connects with that whole Shanquella Robinson and how you were talking about their culture that they embrace, that whole thug and thought culture. It's amazing that here we have this situation with that chick, Shanquella Robinson, and her getting beaten down by a group of black chicks and moist black dudes sitting around. But the women that were fighting in the video, those were women. And based on what the footage is and what we can get from the police reports, we know that it was 2 women that were beating that girl to death. Those were black on women on black from other countries. So that just kind of shows that how culture can travel beyond borders, and why another reason why they're so upset at the movement, because these guys are saying we're not taking a thug and thought culture with us. And in fact, if you are someone that's trying to do the traveling game and you're bringing that pookie culture with you, we're going to call you what you are, a traveling pookie. See, that's the difference between how men do. They're just going to be all inclusive and end up in situations like the Shanquella Robinson, who it doesn't make sense on the surface to most men. That was college educated, and all the women in that group, I guess, were college educated as well. Yet they still have that thug and thought culture so deeply ingrained in them that they couldn't even leave it back in Charlotte. They took that shit to Mexico, left her dead body there. So when men say, I'm taking my culture, which you all call lame and you call boring, and I'm going over here where my culture matches up with a culture and I'm winning with it, what are you upset about? We're not the same. Fuck thug and thought culture. We're doing something different over here. Mike, man.
I agree. Typically, when I date Glorilla type chicks, they try their best to hide that they're a part of the thug and thought culture. They try to hide that side of them the best they can, and they come at me different, but you can still see it, and it still gets annoying. Let me read this, and then we're going to go to Azriel, then Kenshawn, then Sigma, then Melody. So it says, why you got Filipina Pea in a Star Wars on the thumbnail? So she did that bit. She every now and again, she did it with Star Trek 2. At the end of her shows, those who watch her know that she does like a bit where she put on some type of cosplay, still showing off the legs, and you know, that's how she closes out her episode. So this one, she did the Princess Leia Jabba the Hutt thing in referencing to one of the bigger women who was trying to control her. She's basically like, listen, big women are not going to control me, like Jabba the Hutt type shit. That was her stick, and I used it as a thumbnail. First of all, because I like women. I like women in leashes. I'm not gonna let everybody know I like women in leashes. Shit like that turned me on. So, you know, there was that, and hoping that the rest of you can appreciate on the same level I can women in leashes. But so yeah, that's why I did that. But thanks for the super chat. All right, and let's go, Azriel.
Oh well. With that being said, maybe that might be on my New Year's resolution. GC, you might be onto something. But I just want to say this. I'm glad you put that out. You put this video out here, man. There was a couple points I wanted to bring out in the sense of with the whole thing we were mentioning washing, like it's gonna come to it, women washing their ass. It's gonna come to a point if you take that. Unfortunately, if you take that Obsidian, like with the Obsidian clip, if you take that route, you might end up hearing guys like, "So what? What if she washes like every other day? Why don't you help her? Why don't you help her bathe?" It's gonna get to that. It might get to that point. Yeah, it might get to that point if brothers are not careful. And to be a man is about setting boundaries, and you don't have to. And here's the thing: I get it. You feel like you're in a rock and a hard place because you're like, damn, like the whole like in terms of Black community, if 80% of the women are fat, you feel as though you have to settle. But it's like we're giving dudes and you don't. We actually giving you a way out. You don't have to bend the knee to fat bitches. Make them bend the knee and do burpees. You don't have to do the burpees. You know what I mean? So with that said, thank you for having me on the panel. It's been real.
I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. All right. And Kenshawn.
Yeah, man. Number one, I hope the big girl didn't get her, man, because she's a little girl. I mean, Filipino Pea in the close play
trees on some crouching tiger. hidden dragon shit. She's gonna be okay. She's kung fu fighting and all kind of shit. Big women can't catch her. No, like even if they can't, even if her hands are fast as lightning, she still can't be caught by a big woman. So she'll be okay.
Yeah, man. And shout out to you for bringing up this topic once again. And one thing I wanted to make sure and say is, guys, get those likes up. When you enter the chat, share this channel, share the stream to all your social medias, and support the channel. He's doing this free, and all the content, there has to be production behind this, so he's doing a fantastic job. And so I appreciate you all, brother and sister, and y'all take care.
All right, good night.
All right, thanks, bro.
Alrighty.
Peace. All right, Sigma, you got it.
Yeah, bro.
You're working, brother.
Yeah, I would just say that, man. I'm glad you played that video clip because it hits different when you let these women who are in these foreign countries speak for themselves. I mean, she absolutely in common sense, listening to how that woman articulated her points and how she was calm. She wasn't attacking anyone. She was going point by point. She said, "There's a million Filipino women over here waiting for you. We want those hardworking men that you say that their culture is lame and boring. We got a million Filipinos over here working in these call centers that work for the financial services industry. They speak English. They only make $13,000 a year. You men that are middle class over there that have the ability now to do these remote jobs and stay with your company and keeping that purchasing power, come over here. Look at me. Look at this big leggedness. Look at this long hair down to the back of my ass. I'm hot, and I'm not even in the top 20% of hot girls over here. Come over here with your productive and successful self." So thank you for putting out that video, Game Changer. Have a good melody. Peace to the chat. Next time.
Good night.
Peace.
Peace.
And yeah, she did say that they just want a guide who gives the basic provisions to have families. They're not trying to Gucci this and whatever the fuck Italian person name they put on something to mark it up to a ridiculous degree. Like, that's ridiculous. That's not hypergamy. That's hypergamy gone retarded. All right, Melody, you got it.
Okay, thanks for having me. Great show as usual. My message is to the Black women, if there's any watching. Ladies, stop shaming these men for trying to have peace. Obviously, you guys don't want them. So now they want to go somewhere where the women do want them and will accept them. And they actually think that these men are great. I saw something, I think Fasting, he had tagged me in something where there was a Black guy overseas and he spoke their language. I think it was in the Philippines. And he was asking these ladies, what did they think about Black foreign men, American men, pretty much. And the women were pretty much saying that they are really attracted to these men. They're hot, they're smart, all these positive things. And, so you ladies, there's competition. There's other women who would love to have American men. So either clean up or that's it. It might be too late for you guys to clean up because they're already like, bye. They're already getting their passports. They're already going where they are wanted. And I don't blame them.
Yeah.
And I hope more of them do it.
Yeah, it's funny. I do agree that they do have a greater appreciation, especially if you're reasonably attractive. And we've webcammed in the background and stuff like that. So but what I notice is that that's really, they just want stability and a reasonable amount of honesty from a man. A certain level of security, so to speak. And it's just icing on the cake if you just so happen to be above average looking. Yeah, you know, you can go there and you're the tallest one in the room and they'll take your pictures and stuff like that. But it's not really that shallow with them, you know.
Mhm.
Like the novelty of a man's looks is not really the end all be all to what they're attracted to, you know.
Yeah, exactly. And Pablo, I spoke to Pablo on my last show, and he's willing to do an interview. So, GC, I would love for you to join me if you can, um, for that interview, because I know you and Pablo are cool. So, I would love for you to join us. And also, I want to cover the thing that Fasten sent me. He sent it to me. It's pretty much a black guy in the Philippines interviewing these women. So I did want to cover that on that stream as well.
Okay. Do that with Pablo. What the hell? Do that with Pablo. I know your things is on Thursday. And Thursday, I'm gonna be busy. Thursday, I'm gonna eat banana.
No,
So
Tuesdays. I can do it on like a Monday or whatever day that you are available in Pablo. I just have to email him. He gave me his email, so I want to work on whatever day you guys are available.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll see about Tuesday. But
Okay.
yeah, I definitely will see about that. So by the way, you reminded me, Melody, that movie night, which is normally Thursday, is going to be moved to tomorrow. Those of you who are interested in movie night, and if you don't have the link, then email me, and I will send you the Zoom link to movie night. Yeah, I forget what movie we're going to do. Oh no, I know what movie we're gonna do because this was some bullshit that I seen on Amazon. We're gonna do Run, Sweetheart, Run.
Oh, what's that
Is the
about?
movie. Well, it's you gotta see it. You gotta see it. It is somewhat of a horror movie, Melody. I know how you feel about that.
Yeah, I'm
But,
scared.
yeah, but
Uh-oh.
watch it anyway. It's some bullshit.
Well,
So
I'll
anyway,
be there tomorrow, right?
yeah, it's gonna be tomorrow night, and I'll send you the link. Those of you who are not on the email list for movie night, go ahead and hit me up at GameChanger00100 @gmail.com, and we're gonna do it tomorrow. Cause Thursday I'm going to eat some banana pudding. I've been on keto most of this year, so getting rid of my COVID shit, like Melly's talking about.
Yeah.
So,
Grandma's banana pudding.
huh?
Grandma, the one that you always
No,
talk about, isn't it? Grandma's banana
it's
pudding.
not. It's not this year. She's gonna do it for Grandma's gonna do it on Christmas, but but for Thanksgiving, my aunt asked, "What do I want for my birthday?" Which recently passed, and I told her I wanted to bring some banana pudding to the thing. So my aunt's gonna do it, which is just as good because Grandma taught her how to do it. So yeah, but no, it's not gonna be Grandma's banana pudding this year, or at least not this Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh,
yeah.
well, let me know how that was. I can't wait till Thanksgiving.
Oh
We're
yeah, I
having
look
like a
forward to
pot.
it.
Yeah, we're having like a potluck thing where we all make something this year, and we're having it over my mom's house. So I'll let you guys know how that went.
Yeah, that's bullshit. Thanksgiving's not a potluck. Well, for women, but no, I'm not making shit.
Everyone.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Before we leave, I just want to say, guys, make sure you join GC's membership, even if you're not a member. And if you were kicked off, make sure you rejoin. Also hit the Cash App. So yeah.
all right. Thanks a lot. And
Sure.
speaking of which, I'd like to thank the Cash Apps and Super Chats for those of you who did hit it. The managers and moderators, the members, those who are listening silently, and those who participate in the chat. Had problems with my matrix. I am going to work on my modem, so I won't have that problem again. And those of you who sent Cash Apps and Super Chats today and Sunday will be in the next Matrix showing. So stay tuned for that. This is GameChanger00100. Game over. Peace.
Peace.